We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
When the snows consume the earth, and the sun gutters like a candle in the wind, then, and only then, will there be born a woman, the last daughter of Eve. In her there will be decided the fate of all. And you will not know this woman except by the mark of the moon on her. And she will face treachery, hatred, and pain. But in her is the last hope. Welcome to Valley by Night, here on Dire Bear. This is the last session of our Vampire 5th Edition Chronicle. I will be your GM for tonight, Jason from over the Nerd Eternal Network. And with me, as always, is Sarah playing Jolene, Eric playing Samuel, Decca playing Blackjack, Rap playing Maeve, and Duba playing Alexander. And my memory's a little spotty. Anybody remember where we were last time?
Blackjack with a grenade in his hand, ready to toss it.
I don't know. He might like it. He might not want to toss it.
It's not even. He's not even like trying to toss it, like being dexterous about it. He's yeeting that thing back, return to sender.
Yeet!
Well, you know, it's like the Marine manual says, once you pull the pin, Mr. Grenade is not your friend. Alright. So just to give a brief review of how we got to Blackjack holding a live grenade. There had been attacks over the span of a month or so. Some of the Thin Bloods got hurt. One of them saved Primogen member. A lot of plotting and planning. Using a ritual Samuel had been researching, his sire and Arif of the Banu Hakim had done some, and Abla had done some fiddling with it to allow this tracking ritual to be performed, and then basically the effects put on someone else, where usually it's the caster. So the prince decided to launch an attack against Grandmother Dorcus. He brought in a tracker that nobody other than him seems to know.
Maeve.
Well, does Maeve really know him, or she just kind of met him in passing once?
Yeah, but Colin kind of knows him.
Colin was working for him, so you assume he must know him a little bit. They put this on him. He begins tracking Grandmother Dorcas. He follows the trail into the north part of Huntsville. Not too far from the quarry where y'all had a big fight with the Nas, but it's a different set of hills he starts walking up. Finds a cave entrance. There's a sniper. There's a sniper on the outside. Samuel spots him, alerts everybody. The crow that's been popping up periodically, and that was on the tracker's shoulder when he showed up, takes off, and him and one of the gargoyles, Charybdis, the one that was brought on this trip, drop down to make short work of that Nos. The Raven becomes a person, which, surprises some of the people in the group. But the party already pretty much knew he could do that. In addition to the coterie, the prince is there, the sheriff is there, a bunch of the deputies are there. I believe two of the Banu Hakim, the two warriors that are in town, as well as Colin. think that's pretty much everybody. Oh wait, no, because Maeve had been recommended. Somebody had recommended to Maeve that she bring the foreigners.
But who are the foreigners?
I think y'all had basically decided that it was probably Russell Yu and
A reef.
no, Arif's Banu Hakim.
Samuel saw it in his
That's right.
premonition.
The Liban, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the Liban has a name. I hate to call him the Liban.
Yeah, it's a title.
It's a generic
Holds his
term.
pride.
It's a generic term the European kindred use for African kindred.
Oh, well, never mind.
I mean, not like a slur. They at one
No,
point
I
assumed
know.
they were all one clan, and they called them the Liban. But
Sure.
though I come to think of it, it's also a term they use for themselves, but it's all encompassing, not clan based.
Next
Well-
game, we're just gonna have to keep a better Rolodex.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
Everyone has an Eric Rolodex.
Yeah, we just like make a shared Google spreadsheet.
Well, I'm also thinking about using Oh, no wonder I can't find it. This is my note sheet for my icons game.
Oh my god.
I would be very concerned if you found it.
Usually I keep them on separate shelves. I don't know how they got on the same shelf together.
Punisher's on there randomly.
He would fit into a game pretty well. Jabarl.
Jabaro.
See, I found it easy once I had the right notepad.
Maybe you should, like, this is icons. This is vampire.
Color-coded rubber band. That'd be cool to do that.
It's alright. I'm using sticky notes next to the campaign. I've got all these shelves I can put them on. The icons notes will be on the icon side. Anyway. So they were all making their way into a cave. The scout and... Was it Samuel that was up in front helping him spot stuff?
Yes, he eventually got up front.
Okay. They spotted a few booby traps, tripwires, a camera watching them, a few other things. The portion of the cave they were in did not appear to be completely natural. Might have started off as a crack in the mountain, but somebody had widened it out and smoothed
They
it
also
out.
spotted a security camera.
Yes, I mentioned that. But eventually they came to a junction where there were a few of these little tunnels that met up. I believe it was Samuel that recognized the ping of a grenade being pulled. It comes arching out of the darkness. And
Ting. Blackjack.
Blackjack, with his newfound speed, basically runs and kind of half slides and catches it on its first bounce. And we ended the session with him raring back to throw it.
Yep.
What am I giving you?
You are rolling like you were making an attack. Basically like you'd be throwing something at somebody.
Uh-huh.
And I believe that will be your dex. I don't think throw is a skill, so probably athletics.
Okay. Do you want me to... Am I adding my celerity to this?
Wait, didn't we already roll last time?
We did not roll last time.
He rolled to catch it.
Oh, okay.
He did not roll to see if he could throw it back before it exploded.
Oh, okay.
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 Okay. And am I adding my celerity to this as well?
Do you have a celerity ability that adds to rolls?
Well, because we did last time to catch it, so that's why I was asking.
Well, that I was counting like a non-combat. You do have one that does the non-combat.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Okay. One success. Doesn't completely blow up in my hand.
Well, that depends on how they rolled. Maybe they pulled it and waited a second and then threw it. You are not sure.
Admired the grenade for a second. That's a nice grenade. Yeet.
They know vampires are super strong or super fast. Tink. 1, 2. But he also got 1 success, so ties go in favor of the player. So you throw it back. It doesn't get completely back to where he was before it goes off. But you hear a little yelp and somebody running away. So you're confident
That's combat.
You're confident you did some bit of damage to him. There's my pencil.
I lived.
Yes, you lived. You kind of sit there on your knees for a second when where you'd slid.
Just explosion like that, and I'm just like, I love the speed. I love this speed thing.
A few other people zip past you right quick to make sure there's nobody else down there. The sheriff pats you on the shoulder as he walks by.
I get up, dust myself off, and continue on.
The tracker, Atok, I believe is the tracker's name.
Aton.
He continues forward. The prince indicates Blackjack that he wants you to be kind of up close to him.
Sorry?
The prince indicates that he wants Blackjack up near the front with Atok.
Okay. Of course.
Atok didn't seem that concerned about it, but
I saved everyone's life with a grenade. Now it's like, oh, okay, I guess he's going up front now.
now you're point man.
Now I'm point man.
You need
Great.
to catch the rest of the grenades. Either physically or physically.
All right.
If I was more clever, I would have caught it, blinked over to the person, choop, and then sped back.
If you saw them.
If I saw them, that's true.
Yeah, it was coming out of the darkness. You know, most of y'all are carrying lights because not everybody's got the whole eyes of the beast thing going on.
Oh, I have one of those big mag lights.
I throw not so magic missile into the darkness.
I didn't die.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Has both hands still too.
Family nonsense happened.
You're good.
All the family nonsense. Oh.
Basically.
Alright, so y'all continue down the tunnel.
Okay.
It's widening up. The cavern is looking much more natural now. The floor has been, maybe smoothed out or debris swept to the side a little bit, to make it a little easier to use. Samuel, you've got the enhanced senses still going.
Yes.
So give me a wits awareness.
Sure.
I also give me what's awareness for I'm point man now.
So apparently my computer decided I didn't need to log in.
Ha ha!
Yeah, Blackjack, you're up front. You can make a roll.
Roll 20 decided to back out. So let me. Okay, you said what's awareness?
Wits awareness.
Gotcha.
Well, that's one more success. Starting off strong. Oh, look at you with your crit.
So 8 successes.
You notice another tripwire.
Mm-hmm.
This one, once you get up and kind of examine it closely, it's appears to be a bit of fishing line. It's almost translucent.
Mm-hmm.
And it is wired to. Well, the way the trap's set up, basically, it would have set off 2 like gas cans. Kind of a fire bomb sort of thing.
Oh.
Okay. He'll point that out to the dragon.
He goes, And y'all take care of the
Which wire is it? It's the green wire. Pulls the blue wire.
Everybody explodes. Next game.
Alright. Continuing forward, your suddenly the sounds of gunfire are echoing through the tunnel from back behind you. For you guys on the front.
Mm-hmm.
For, people like, Jolene was kind of backish, middle-ish, wasn't she?
Yeah, middle-ish.
So yeah, that gunfire is really close to you. You hear a couple of the deputies kind of grunting as they take hits. From the flash, you can tell it's at least 2 guns firing back behind you.
I'm gonna glance back. Do I see them?
Yes. The flashing from their shots is enough for you to make out their faces. It's it's like they're brightly
2 more
lit.
nos.
2 more nos.
I'm gonna light one of them up.
You recognize them both as former deputies. All right, they dodge that with their
Fire in the hole.
dex and athletics, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Use them all up now.
No, one of them's the hunger dice.
It's a.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Can't really break the masquerade in a cave unless you
Yeah.
explode the cave.
Don't be giving ideas.
Oh how will he weave the tale?
Yeah.
Rock falls.
Well, let's see. You could lose yourself to the beast. So what the rest of you see? Samuel spins around. Actually, let me count up their successes. That's 9 successes.
Technically, 10.
Oh, you get an extra one for critting, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Technically.
All right. Now he rolled pretty good on his dodge, but not anywhere near 10. But he did get a 5, so that's 5. So that's basically 5 aggravated he just took.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to make a
frenzy
check. Let's see, being burned, and that's his. Shoot, I forget. Is it willpower based?
Humanity and willpower?
It's
That's right.
willpower and a third of their humanity.
That's right. Well, he's not all that human.
Are any of us really? Says the guy with 9 humanity.
I was gonna say.
As fixers say, between you and Jolene, y'all probably are the most still human. Jolene especially, because she's a dim blood.
All right, he does not freak out and run away.
Mm-hmm.
But the fire flares up. You can easily see all the nos. Both of the nos. The one is kind of screaming but patting himself out. And then you start hearing laughter. Jolene. And I'll do this from your point of view. You hear laughter behind you. Where you've turned around and looked at the nos. Now back behind you, towards the front of the group, you're hearing laughter.
That's concerning.
And then you realize it's Samuel.
That's really fucking concerning.
The group is basically partying, and Samuel is just walking forward with his hands on fire.
I'm just gonna let him do his thing. I'm just gonna back away.
So, basically, Samuel, your beast has kind of taken over, and you are like hyper-focused on killing these two guys.
Want me to roll again?
Or, anybody else that happens to get in your way.
You said they're parting, so
Yeah, the party is getting stepped out of the way. Everybody's looking at you, like, he's Tremere, right? He's sounding awful Malkavian.
No one's heard Samuel giggle before, so.
His eyes are glowing all weird,
I'm gonna just keep looking forward.
you want me to roll again?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I'm hyper focused on killing them.
Does he get a bonus for being hyper focused?
No, but he does get both of them shooting at him, because he's clearly made himself the target.
Are they both still standing?
So
Not
that's
again.
no, it's only
Okay.
1-10.
Alright,
Successful.
so that is 6 successes. Oh, better roll their dodge separately. That guy failed miserably. So the first one you've been burning just starts crumbling to ash. You've pretty well taken him out.
Mm-hmm.
The other one gets a shot off at you.
Okay.
He gets... Well, he only gets 2 successes.
What am I rolling?
Athletics and
Dexterity?
yes, with a 2 difficulty penalty because there's no cover.
Okay. The game does not like me doing that.
All right, so you got 3 successes.
Oh, did I? Oh, it worked.
Yeah, you got 3 successes total. So
Okay.
basically, those 2 are kind of the first required, for it to be considered successful at all.
Okay.
So you got 1 extra. All right, so you take 1 lethal, which you half, because it's just they're just firing bullets. They don't seem to have the freaky stuff.
Oh no, that is with the -2 included. That's just those 3 dice.
Oh, okay.
I have a 5 pool total and modifier, but -2, so I still got 3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, yeah, you just kind of tilt out of the way, swing your focus over the other one.
Fire again?
Let's see. Yeah.
Since I'm basically riding the wave at this point, just still firing away.
Yeah. Now, while you're turning to fire,
Mm-hmm.
Jolene, you see, you don't see who's fired from behind you, Samuel, because you've stepped past whoever it is. Jolene, you see Russell come out with a couple of pistols and start shooting at the guy. Looks like he's probably firing dragon breath, because you've seen enough dragon breath rounds by now that you're like, okay, that's probably what that is.
Holy!
She's gonna kind of pull Russell back a little bit, don't be getting in front of him. Don't be getting in
That
front of him.
is the best roll we have had in this campaign.
What?
That's 5-10.
What the hell?
I don't know.
Could you save some of this for the boss, man?
I am apparently riding the wave of rage.
So that
blame the
is
beast.
5 10s on this roll, for those of you that can't see the dice roller.
Jesus.
None of it's on the hunger dice. As well as 2 9s and a 7. So that's 8.
Oh.
10, 11, 12. So it is
What are
13
tens
successes.
that aren't?
Yeah.
Brother, say this for Dorcas. Hot damn. Where's my French?
Blame my
Oh,
dice.
Davy Jones. Does he get a free discipline?
I'm going to have to ask Davy to please leave the storytelling to the storyteller. You're not getting my players' hopes up.
We do that all on our own.
Yeah, we're pretty good at that.
Wow.
So yes, that's just pillar of flame. He goes up, just whoosh, like a piece. This, physically human thing goes up like flash paper. If you've ever seen the anime where the flame or explosion is whipping across them, and you just see the kind of the shadow as they throw their hand up, and then they just turn to dust. That's kind of what you see. But then the pillar kind of expands and fills the entire corridor. Kind of rushes, almost like a wave of it's rushing back kind of towards y'all. Though it stops before it quite gets to Samuel's hand. Everybody give me
I would like to say I am nowhere near this man right now.
Okay, not everybody. You're right. Y'all, you guys at the far end or far enough away, it's not going to trigger anything.
I started immediately looking the other way. I was like, I'm letting him do his thing. I'm looking this way.
But Jolene needs to give me a
Yeah. Frenzy check.
frenzy check. Let's see. Russell is not as y'all are, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Our Libon friend, however, does. But he's fine.
One more time.
Deputy 1 is fine. He is
Okay,
not.
but it's willpower plus half of a third
Plus
of humanity.
Plus a
Third.
third of humanity.
So actually, I should have 6 plus. I should have 9 dice. Why did I only roll 5?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna manually roll 3 more.
Yes,
Okay.
Sarah, that's very apt.
The 2 successes you got are sufficient, though. So.
Okay.
So one of the deputies freaks out and takes off.
Towards the fire or towards?
No. He runs past y'all and down the corridor, further down the corridor.
Can I just
Clothesline.
try to? No, I'm gonna try to grab him.
Give me a brawl roll.
Sure. Five successes.
All
I'm
right.
trying to hurt him. I'm just trying to grapple him.
Let's see. He's gonna burn a willpower to re-roll those 2.
Sure.
Oh, good. He got successes on them too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So he got 6 successes. You managed to snag the back of his coat, and he just sort of comes out of the coat.
Comes out of the okay.
He is in a blind panic.
All right, buddy. Just puts the coat down neatly.
I can feel that.
There's more deputies that way.
Everybody else, keeps it together. Like I said, it stops just a little shy of Samuel.
See, and he just closes his hands as the fire dissipates and just.
The fire was dissipating anyway, but the effect is it looks like he's closing his hand, makes it go out.
Mm-hmm.
That whole part of the cavern, the wall, the stone and the walls are just glowing red.
Gotta admit, that's pretty cool. Can we move on though? Those are just some low live.
Samuel just turns around, dusting like he's dusting his hands off, looking just a little smug as he just goes back to the front.
The Libon is looking at you thoughtfully. Russell is whistling.
Jolene muttering, "Fucking show off."
The deputies are taking a step back from you as you walk by. The sheriff looks really concerned.
How's the prince looking?
As Samuel walks back up to kind of where the prince and stuff is, the prince is like, perhaps you should have been in charge instead of Alejandro. You have clearly mastered your craft.
Well, it's still in progress. I have a few projects that I'm still working on that are a little more effective than that.
The tracker just kind of looks at you. Well, don't shoot your wad now. You're going to need stuff like that here in a little bit.
All of us saying that to the dice. Yeah, come on. Save it for the boss fight, man.
No kidding, yeah.
So y'all all turn, y'all all kind of group back up, kind of set back up. Just as you feel the tunnel shake a little bit. You hear an explosion echoing down from the way the deputy had run.
Uh-oh.
I think he hit a trip. Think he hit a tripwire.
That is entirely possible.
I tried to save him.
Everybody starts forward. The deputies and the sheriff are the most concerned. Y'all get up there, and it looks like he's triggered like a claymore, basically.
Like alive, or is he just
Ow!
scattered?
Scatter of red mess.
His head and torso are more or less intact-ish. But he is missing some limbs. There's... if he's not actually... If he has not met his final death, he is definitely in torpor.
He's not going to be much help. Somebody's going to need to lend him a hand.
Literally.
Prince Destro
And
tells
maybe
him
a
leave him.
arm.
We'll get him on the way back through.
God.
The deputies don't look happy about it, but the sheriff's like, the deputies do gather a couple of his limbs and kind of stack them over next to him.
Looks like that might have been an M18A1 Claymore mine.
Nobody in the group has, a differing opinion. None of them are up to date enough on military hardware.
The last piece of military hardware I touched was that grenade I chucked back at that person. So,
Anyway. Continuing on, I suppose.
Continue on, Samuel, with your enhanced senses. You start to hear give me another wits awareness. You definitely hear some people talking.
Mm-hmm. Six.
are you shitting me?
Look at them tens. Look at them tens.
Stop rolling! Stop rolling!
No. If you're going to keep rolling like that, you better roll like that the rest of the damn night.
I hope so.
You hear Grandmother Dorcus speaking.
Okay.
She sounds upset.
Samuel's just gonna hold up a hand and tap at his ear like he's listening to something.
She's complaining. There's a pleading note to her voice. She sounds upset. It kind of makes you think of a teenager not getting their way. But with a tinge of fear to it. She's telling somebody, or complaining to somebody, you told me you would show me how to resist the calling. That's why I've done all this. That's the entire point. You're a very deep-voiced man, respond. With an accent you can't quite place, but you would say somewhere from probably the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Grumpy Cleric. That is exactly what he's saying, or what she's saying.
Yep.
But this man just calls her a fool. If I could resist the calling, or if I could show you how to resist the calling, I would not have been sleeping to avoid it myself. You hear a man's voice scream, and then kind of go silent, and you hear what you think may be the sounds of a kindred feeding. With your eyesight, you can make out just a little bit of light from further down the tunnel.
Well, would you all like the good news or the bad news?
The prince just looks at you expectantly.
Is there any good news?
From the back, Russell's like, I'd prefer the good news, please.
Well, the good news is Dorcas is in the chamber ahead of us.
Deschler, but she's not alone.
That would be the bad news.
Deschler and the tracker, Atuk, I'll get the guy's name right eventually, Atok.
A talk.
They just kind of look at each other. He's awake.
And currently feeding on someone.
Oh, lovely.
Alrighty.
The prince tells you we should make all deliberate speed.
Works for me.
Keep an eye out for... Keep an eye out for any more booby traps, but... Time is of the essence.
It's a little bit of light just ahead of there, so we're not far.
Everybody takes off. You follow the tunnel another 100 yards or so,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns before it goes into this other chamber where the light's coming from.
Okay.
And you're sloping down, so you're deeper under Huntsville by now.
Yeah.
But it opens up to a wide chamber, probably a natural cavern.
Mm-hmm.
All the kind of sarcophagus-looking thing that you'd seen before, when you'd first seen a vision of where this thing was, that's there. The other kind of accoutrements that were in that room have also been moved here.
Mm-hmm.
And, just sort of stacked in the corners, like they really haven't redecorated. They just kind of stored everything. Grandmother Dorcus is over to one side of the chamber. And you see a giant of a man. Probably 7 foot tall.
Basketball player.
Think more pro wrestler from the way he's built. Because he's not tall and lanky. If you saw him at a distance without something to compare him to scale-wise, you wouldn't necessarily realize he was as tall as he was.
He looks like a basketball player on steroids.
Oh no, we're fighting the Undertaker.
If he was built like The Rock.
Ah.
So like 90s Undertaker. Got it.
Fair enough.
As you walk in, he is just taking his mouth away from the neck of one of the Nos. Given the piece or two of shrapnel in the Nos's face, probably the one that threw the grenade at you. They both look in your direction as you walk in. There's not a whole lot of stealth at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The man is wearing a sort of I don't want to call it a kilt because that gives the wrong idea. But something you'd
Flying
see,
bottoms.
something kind of the bottom that you would see in like Mesopotamian art, depicting people,
Yeah.
though he's currently shirtless.
It's technically like a loincloth situation.
It's a little more than a loincloth.
It's a decorative loincloth.
A skirt?
Nonetheless.
So probably more like that. Like I said, kilt is kind of the word that comes to mind, but you know.
Ah.
But his skin has got a sort of gleam to it, a sheen, if you will.
He's shining.
Fed, so.
The real question is he undulating?
That seems like a question you should ask him in private.
No, that's a question that I'm asking for Jeremy over there. It had to be included once in the campaign after last
No
one.
callbacks.
That's fair.
I had to say it once.
As you walk in, he tosses the nos to the side. There are a couple of other Nosferatus laid out in various states of decay. In fact, the one he threw begins decaying with an alarming speed. You're fairly certain that he has devoured these three completely. Which, you know, is the sort of thing the Methuselahs are known for.
Yep.
Ah, it's the little wizard.
Ah, it's the one that kept flicking me in the head.
You should have kept your nose out of business that did not concern you.
Well, tell that to your friend there. She should have kept me out of it.
He doesn't seem to really acknowledge Dorcas particularly. Oh, I just noticed Vancouver by Night has hosted us.
Hey.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yes.
They have been good about popping in periodically as this year while we've run our little chronicle,
Yeah.
and we do appreciate it.
Yes.
What was that? Oh, right, you and the old one here were talking.
Passing the buck.
Mm-hmm.
As you're talking, Dorcas obfuscates. The rest of you lose sight of Dorcas.
All right, hold on.
Oh, that's a contested roll, right? To make sure you can see her.
Mm-hmm.
8 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. All right, so you can still see her.
Shitty obfuscation.
I'm just gonna just put some flame next to her to pull her out of obfuscation.
While you're having this
Not
little
Not trying to aim for her, just in her general area.
Yeah.
Just to bring the light up, so she's forced to drop it.
as you're doing this, you know, the deputies and the sheriff start spreading out kind of around the chamber. The prince and a took step up next to you. You notice the crow is not on his shoulder at the moment.
Okay. Is the crow about to die upon Dorcas?
I don't know. You don't see the crow.
Fair enough.
You hear a took kind of sigh. All this time, generations of my family have been following this guy.
Look like you found him.
Which makes the Methuselah look over at a talk.
You're awesome, you love.
Because I was talking to her son because he's meowing.
Sorry.
But anyway, like I said, the Methuselah looks at him. You don't see any real recognition in his face. It's like he's trying to place him and just isn't coming up with anything. But he turns his attention to the prince. If you take your people and you leave now, I will leave you enough of a city to rule. I'll harvest what I need, but I won't take everyone. Deschler seems to think about it for a second. A generous offer. Samuel, give him our response.
No pressure on your dice.
Yeah, I know, right? Watch my dice fuck me over now too. Now that the princess
Is
said
Dorcas
that.
visible now that
Yes,
Samuel's done
yes.
the thing? Okay.
She hadn't actually moved from where she was. She just kind of...
Kind of Homer Simpson into the bushes.
Well, 7 isn't bad.
All
I
right.
mean, you can always
that's
roll
right.
3.
You have to roll for Methuselah.
If the Methuselah has roused and everything, but yes.
Just ate 3 guys, so.
I forgot to tell y'all how majestic this guy was looking. My apologies. So give me a composure resolve roll, Samuel.
Okay.
Versus his charisma. Yeah, there goes my pencil.
Sure.
And his presence. And you all feel a certain amount of, y'all are all kind of looking at this guy in awe as he's just sort of awesome.
Shit.
1, 2,
A Methuselah.
3,
They are.
4,
Some
5,
nice ASMR that's about to murder us.
6, 7, 8, 9, because he got 2 10s. So 9 successes total.
I can't even match that.
Yeah.
I only have 8 total to put into it.
Was that including your composure and your resolve?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, you basically, you know what the prince is wanting you to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna keep those 7 Lure of Flames dice for later then.
What?
Since I rolled them before.
Alright, that's fair. That's fair. I should have told you before. Alright.
Blackjack looks at Dorcas and is gonna say, Dorcas, you may have fucked this up, but you can definitely make it better for us right now. Help us out! And I'll activate Spark of Rage.
Alright, what does Spark of Rage do?
Put it in check.
Actually, hold on. Hold on.
Alright.
She rolls, I roll manipulation and potence versus composure and intelligence.
Alright, so Dorcas is composure.
Um,
Intelligence.
In this moment, can I raise my manipulation with the rouse check?
Yeah, you can make the rouse check for that. That doesn't take like an action or anything.
I'm good. And I am rolling. Ah, 2 successes. I'm actually gonna willpower that. Sorry. Willpower, reroll 2. 3 successes.
Okay. All right, so you beat her by 1.
Haha. If I win, the opposing vampire must make a difficulty 3 frenzy. Fury frenzy.
All right.
I'll say me seeing it going.
I should have
Potentially.
too.
Yeah, you could potentially have used it on me.
I could have.
All right, she got 3 successes.
Yeah, she did. Let's see. I feel like it worked. It just didn't. It didn't like cause a frenzy.
She can tell you did something, but yeah.
She is angry. And I'm hungry.
All right, so the prince is looking at Samuel expectantly, and then realizes Samuel's just kind of, What do the rest of y'all want to do? Blackjack's kind of done his thing.
Chug, chug, chug.
Real quick.
Pretty much.
I thought Jolene had chugged her potions before she got in here.
No, because I wasn't sure how long a scene was going to be, so she didn't chug anything until we got into here.
Oh, okay.
Or until, would be until battle was, intimate.
The scene would be the whole thing, as far as I understand it. Like, everything in this cave would be a scene.
Okay.
As far as I understand it, unless the storyteller's going to be telling me something different.
Well, outside the cave would have probably been one scene. Inside the cave would have probably been one scene.
Mm-hmm.
This chamber could reasonably be considered a separate scene, so she probably made a good decision.
Sure.
All right, so what all are you activating there, Jolene?
Lethal body, prowess, airborne momentum.
Okay.
Whee!
So you're going full Jolene, God Queen of the Thin Bloods.
Yep.
This is...
Slapping the crown on. Let's go.
The prince
You
has
just
wondered why you wanted to go by Burger King on the way here.
Papa, I'm just really hungry. I would like some fries, please. I'll roll the rouse checks for those. Just carry on. Seeing which ones I have to.
Maeve, very quietly next to you, you hear calling. We need to leave. We are swinging out of our weight class.
How much stronger is he?
Your friend, the flamethrower, apparently can't even try to hit him. I was kind of counting on fire to be our equalizer.
What if I pushed him? Would that get him out of
Oh, jeez.
whatever he's got him in a stupor?
I don't know. Wow, Jolene got a lot of them.
No, that first one was mine.
Yeah, she just failed both the rouse checks
Oh.
needed for I think prowess and flying.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little nibbly now.
Jolene diablerizes Gilgamesh.
God.
I'm down for this.
Yeah,
Call a
but yeah.
bloodhound on me, I dare you.
But best case scenario, she becomes full-fledged kindred. But then Gilgamesh probably takes her over.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not that idea then. Never mind.
Maybe she
Wait,
just
does
sip
she get
him.
a crown?
Does she get a crown?
Latches on like a lamprey.
All right. So what is Maeve going to do? That was Colin's comments.
This kid, I swear to God. Okay, I'm trying to think. Because she's probably going to try to go and maybe push Samuel to see if she can get him out of the stupor he's in.
Okay. Go slap him upside the back of the head.
Something like that.
Set him
And
on
then
fire,
go right back.
dumbass!
And then go back to Colin, back to where she was before. Since she now does have Celerity 3. She can just kind of... Yeah, just go in. Back of the head, slap him.
And then blink out of Gilgamesh's reach.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Was he trying to persuade or otherwise do some kind of performance to prevent me from hitting him?
I think he just has awe.
That's why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to do one of those two for all to function.
No, this is Majesty.
Oh, yeah. Level 5 presence. That would do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I talked about the deputies and the sheriff spreading out, but the truth is they're probably all just standing there slack-jawed.
Yep.
Like, do you have to be looking at him or just in his presence?
People in the presence of the user can only stare slack-jawed.
Jeez. A win allows 1 turn of freedom, plus 1 per point of margin. Only a critical win resists the effect. Of
Okay,
the entire feat.
so then Maeve is gonna see if she can grab a rock. If she noticed the way the rest of the deputies and the sheriffs are
Okay.
around, not really moving, she's gonna see if she can grab a rock and aim it at the back of Samuel's head.
All right. Let's get you looking in his general direction. Go ahead and give me the composure... Or, excuse me, it's...
Oh,
Yeah, it's your
None of
composure
that.
resolve versus his charisma
Presence.
and presence. I know
because I'm looking at him or at Samuel.
General direction.
Looking at one, you kind of got to look at the both. And truthfully, you should all be standing there slack-jawed if you didn't make the rolls. I was thinking it was to take an action against him, but...
Oh, even the prince has to as well.
Yep.
3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Not unless
well.
I got all 10s.
The important thing to remember is all of you were dead before you stepped in the room. Really, even before the campaign started, so, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So this is resolve composure.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
All right.
Do we all need to make this roll now?
Yeah, go ahead and
Yeah.
have everybody make the roll.
Woohoo!
And this is why fighting the old ones are hard.
Yeah.
The composure one now.
Okay.
Resolve, composure and resolve.
All right. None of the sheriff's deputies are making this roll.
All right, Deshler, come on. Drug
The
us in
sheriff
here.
does not make it.
Come
That's the
on,
dragon.
Prince.
No.
I don't know, but I'm feeling good about my 3.
Yeah.
Listen, I got a 3 as well, but it's like, well, about that.
All right. Deshler's going to spend some willpower. All right. Deshler makes it.
The only person who makes it.
Our asses
He-
down here. He better
He
make
better
it.
make it. Yeah, he like, yeah, let's go now. It's like, really?
All right. The Libon does not make it.
Aw.
What
I
about old
wonder if
Russell?
the I wonder if the dragon has to roll or if he's immune to it.
Mm.
Oh, Russell came so. Oh wait, he can burn some willpower. Hey,
Let's see,
Russell is free.
Shit together, Russell.
I'll say I was doing okay with my roll, but no, Mr. Methuselah over there critted his
With
on
two
me.
tens.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
you
roll.
should've
He did roll
critted.
extremely well on yours.
You should have critted. You should have tens, Mister 5 tens.
Blame my dice. They
Yeah.
burned all the 10s before we got down here.
Now.
Wait, you want to roll on something other than fire right now? I'm sorry, we're in fire mode.
Now,
Right.
Yeah.
y'all may have forgotten, and I don't know if he's on here this week or not.
Mm.
But Otter
Oh, that's right.
Gave us a boon.
gave you a party boon last week.
Oh, bless Otter.
Yes.
Would you like, as a party, to cash that in, where everybody is essentially free the next round?
Yes.
Or do you want to save it for something more important that could come up later in the game?
Later in
Well,
no,
the
I think
thing
this is pretty important.
Well, the thing is, reading for Majesty is we have to succeed just for one turn of freedom. We
But
have
if
to critically succeed just to be immune.
Do we want to see where this goes? Or
I would like to have a turn before I'm eaten.
he's not going to go after you first. I mean, there's people moving around. You might go after the prince first.
Yeah, Prince
Oh,
and Russell are the only two that actually were able to beat it.
Well, you don't
Well,
know
that's
about
a
you don't
cat.
know about a Took yet. I didn't say about him.
I say
Possibly
we
three people,
save it for now, for this turn,
at least around.
and then
Yeah.
see how next turn turns out.
You can't eat all of us in one turn.
You don't know that.
Can he?
Well, you know, I'm using the Cthulhu rules from Call of Cthulhu. You know, he just eats 1d3 players around.
You've got like a math chance here.
Odds are not on my side.
All right, so y'all aren't using it right this moment.
All
Gra-
together
noted.
in your favor.
Let's see how the NPCs work. Because I think
There's
we
plenty
took
of sheriffs to eat.
There's
I'm
only
one of
one
them.
deputies. Yeah.
all right, so Deschler charges him.
NPC sheriffs.
Yes, Scully.
Oh, question:
Mm-hmm.
did Henry fail as well?
Oh yeah, Henry's with us.
Did you?
He's
Oh,
here
that's
too.
right. You did bring Henry with you.
He is here too.
And he can do fire.
We can do fire. I just remembered that. Is he here too?
And he just off to the side like sup. Comes in late with a Starbucks cup full of blood. What'd I miss?
He's just kind of standing there, slight jawed too. He did not
Aw. Colin didn't make it either.
How many people I got to roll for?
Colin,
However many people
Did
you.
grandmother make it?
Did he crit?
That's a good point. Did Dorcas make it?
Colin
She's there
just
too.
rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 tens
Colin.
and a 6.
Okay.
4, 6,
Colin probably
8.
makes it.
With a 9, Colin makes it.
I feel like this is his opportunity to run off with to fucking get her out.
Colin just grabs you by the back of the neck and's like, let's go.
That is exactly what Colin does. He just snatches Maeve up over her shoulder and is taking off.
Using that celerity 3. Did Grandmother Dorcas make it?
Because she's angry. So I don't know if
Yeah.
that also helps.
Doesn't sound like she has a lot of dice in that pool, so probably not.
No, she just kind of standing there. She was angry and talking to him, but she wasn't taking any kind of like actions particularly. But anyway, Deschler charges at him. Russell starts firing his gun.
Colin has run off with Maeve.
Colin
Bye,
has
guys.
run off with Maeve.
What about a talk?
He is telling you that he is sorry about your friends, but as long as you live, you can always make new friends.
What about the dragon? Did he make it? Does he even have to roll?
I mean, we don't know he's a dragon.
I mean, no, but
The tracker. He's just the tracker. And, Colin's previous employer. You're far too suspicious.
what about the crow?
Oh, that's
Did
the dragon.
Did the crow make it?
You don't see the crow until Colin grabs you. And you see it's perched on a rock over close to the entrance. Kind of crouched down, kind of out of sight, just watching the events unfold.
But Atak, did he make it, or is he also?
Man, you really want to know what Atak is doing. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm running. I'm not there anymore.
None of us can do anything.
Really,
Alright.
Everyone else is
character
doing.
growth right
Let
now.
the storytellers set the scene.
All right. So Russell takes a couple of shots. You literally see little sparks as the bullet seems to deflect off the Methuselah's body. They make a sound like they struck stone. They don't visibly do any damage, and that's with them being even the dragon breath rounds. Deschler runs up and claws him.
X-Men claws.
Murder hands. Murder hands.
Murder hand.
And they leave some marks on the skin, so they don't seem to do a whole lot. That's not a fast way to find stuff. But, so, you can assume high levels of fortitude. Deschler is, he's the only one that physically approaches him. He takes a backhand from Gilgamesh and goes flying across the chamber.
Alright.
At which point Gilgamesh reaches over into kind of the pile of stuff and draws out a sword.
You just have the sword.
Alright, the next round.
Everybody rules.
Alright. To keep things simpler, I'm only going to roll for His Majesty the one time. That'll be which is probably how you're supposed to do it, but I was rolling everybody individual last time. Which was his charisma. And his... Oh, right, and his blood potency thing.
It's gonna make it so much harder.
Let's see. Not the Bane severity.
Hey guys, remember when we were fighting werewolves? That was great.
Yeah.
Discipline power bonus. I'm so sorry.
Don't lie to us. Here.
Actually, I'm not going to count the potency in, because he has not been awake very long, so that would actually be lower than it should be. Well, he didn't roll a whole bunch of 10s this time, so y'all may look out there.
Maybe.
Substantial 9s, though.
How many?
Alright, ooh. Oh, did Samuel crit?
No, I did not crit.
Shame.
I only got the one.
Alright,
no.
so he's got 4
So
successes.
Oh, so I get 1 turn of action.
Right, because ties go to the player.
Before I have to roll again.
There's what? Resolve, composure?
Yes.
Do I roll since I'm out of the room?
No, you are not in his presence. You can act normally. Now,
hey.
if you run back into his presence, then you'll have to make the check.
6 successes. Good job.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice.
Would that be a crit success?
That is a crit success. What did that
You're
do?
immune.
Yeah. You're immune for the entire scene. Or for the entire night, actually.
The one knocks him, listening, and goes, "That bastard is just too pretty. F him."
Right?
That handsome motherfucker over there.
Let me just feed him some blood, see if I can ugly him up some.
That worked at all.
No, after the 3 nosses he ate.
I was gonna say he at least fed on 3 or 4 nosses, so probably not gonna work.
You might have a back pimple somewhere now.
Maybe.
Just a big fat boil slowly growing.
It's
So 2
one
people have their
majestic
turn.
hair.
All right, so Maeve, you're out of the room. What are you trying to do?
Trying to get out of Colin's grip.
Give me a brawl.
Brawl what?
Dex or strength, either one. This is kind of a wrestling, breaking a hold kind of thing. Three successes.
I got
And
4.
You got 4. You get out of his grip. So you slip down off his shoulder. You hit the ground. He starts turning around. Maeve, we need to leave.
We can't just leave them to go die and perish.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but yes, we can. He who fights and runs away.
Like, that's gonna stop that Methuselah from destroying everything else.
When he gets out of this cave, he'll have a city full to eat. Hopefully, we can be out of this city by then.
And what's gonna stop him from going from to the next city, and then to the next city?
That's the next city's problem. He's awake now. The calling will draw him to the east eventually.
Eventually. And how many more are gonna keep dying because of it? The Masquerade's gonna be broken. Then what?
That sounds like a problem for the Camarilla. Not for you. We will go. We will report it to the next city. We'll run to Madison and report it to the prince there. He can alert the Justicars. They can bring in people capable of handling this. Nobody back there is capable of handling this.
We have to do something. We just can't leave them to die.
I'm not going to be able to talk you out of this, am I?
No.
All right. He puts his hand on your shoulder. I'm with you. And then he tries to stake you.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
As someone who's been staked, I was waiting for that.
So what am I rolling now? Again, brawl dexterity?
You can, brawl dexterity be fine.
Well,
Brawl,
wait, I'm not getting attacked, so with celerity, I get...
You're
Reflex.
kind of getting attacked.
yeah,
No, but I mean, but I'm not fighting. He's trying to hit me.
Oh.
I can, let me just get up to it real quick, if I can find where the hell the C is.
Do you have some sort of runaway ability?
No, I mean, I can,
Because I'm pretty sure the celerity one that lets you add to it specifies non-combat.
Fence is unfortunately combat.
Yes.
once per turn, the user may also use this when defending with dexterity athletics. Fleetness.
Okay. That's usually like dodging a ranged attack, I would think. But I can see it working here because you're just trying to get some distance.
Yeah.
So I'll let it go.
Okay. I just don't know if I add anything to it.
You have 3 dice.
Usually
Yeah.
you add your discipline dice.
Yeah.
I'd add 3
Okay.
dice.
So it's dexterity, athletics, and 3 dice.
Back in the cave, hovering 3 inches off the ground, Julian's like, I feel a disturbance.
Hello, Scully.
2 tens.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's 9 successes.
9
so
successes.
so by the time his arm starts to move towards you, you're like 15 feet away.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're looking at him like you're pissed or like you're disappointed or what.
Pissed and disappointed. Yeah, I kind of got a combination of the both.
Disappointed?
Disappointed.
Disappointed.
He doesn't even finish extending the thing for you. He just lets the hand that had been on your shoulder, he just lets it down.
We can at least try to get them out, if nothing else.
Urgh.
We don't have to fight. We can. I'm fast enough to grab one and go. As long as I don't get awed in his presence. Maybe if I close my eyes.
You see him put the stake back up. One. We each grab one, and then we run. Once he realizes what we're doing, he'll be ready for us.
Maybe. I mean, I saw Deschler fighting and somebody shooting him. I mean, you got some other people fighting. He might be dealing with them right now.
I love the gesticulating.
Fine. Which of your friends do you want me to grab? I'm grabbing
Whoever's
one,
the
getting them out of the cave, and then I'm done.
Whoever's closest. I'm gonna go after Samuel's, whatever it's called.
Sire?
Sire. There you go. In my head, I'm trying to think of it. I'm like, what is it? I'm gonna go for Henry. He's stronger. If we can get him out of that.
Alright. So the two of you go racing back in. Let's see, they had to... It was 4 they had to beat, so let me roll... Alright, I doubt any of the deputies are going to be able to make it, because they're all pretty fresh. Okay, the sheriff gets to act this round. Deschler still gets to act. The Libon gets to act.
Ooh.
Well, he didn't crit this round with his roll, so
Right.
The Methuselah. So
It's much more manageable.
yes, you've only only having beat the 4 is a much more doable. Oh, and Henry. Okay, so other than the deputies, pretty much everybody comes out of it enough to do something, and whatever, depending on what y'all roll, of course.
I'm using that 7 now.
All right.
So I said that'd be the
Dorcas.
next thing I did.
Dorcas still didn't make it. Oh wait, burn willpower. Never mind.
She didn't make it. No, wait, willpower. No.
Alright, so you try to set him on fire. He resists that with his dex. And his athletics.
Surely he can't be good at everything.
How old he is?
Yeah, let's.
Have you seen
he
Carl
just-
Franz's stat sheet?
Yes.
I mean, he
I'm
might not be
mostly-
good at like automobiles or something.
He just like bitch slapped the prince. Like, yeah, no, he's.
His drive and firearms are probably pretty lame.
Alright, so he got 4
Maybe
successes. Not a great roll on his part. So you'd gotten, what, 7 on those?
Yes.
Alright, so that's 3.
Unless he defies Bane or something.
Which I'm looking up as we speak.
It's a rouse check.
It's a rouse check, and then.
I think the best way we get out of here is if this guy, like, terror frenzies and we all die what they call it, just a car, and eventually nukes the place.
All right, he gets a little bit hungrier. And Defy Bane converts the aggravated to
No damage.
Just no damage, but he only gets 3.
Converts
Yeah.
it to superficial.
No,
Yes, I read
it
it.
does.
It converts aggravated to superficial.
Okay.
Okay. And then he can't heal that.
He can't heal that for the rest of the scene.
Yeah.
yeah.
So a Capri Sun will not help him.
No.
Oh, but the not Defy Bane, it's the
It's like Flesh of Marble or some shit.
yeah, it's the level
Yeah.
5 ability. Where he ignores the damage from the first attack, or if a simultaneous attack is like the worst one.
Well, didn't he do that with the Dragonfire?
That was the previous round.
Gotcha.
He does it
Super
once
round.
around.
Got it.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, the fire envelops him.
Does he make a frenzy check?
He does not frenzy. He did have to make the check though.
Okay.
And then yeah, the fire just kind of flares up around him and dissipates
Never mind.
with no visible damage. Oh, I see May. Oh, wait, that was the previous rolls. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone else in the party get to act, or in the coterie get to act this round?
Alexander.
Oh, right. Alexander is immune. What would Alexander like to do?
Well, he conveniently has something with Dragonfire rounds.
He does.
Fire.
Alright, so let's see, that's gonna be firearms plus Dex? Yes?
Um.
Or you want me to do composure?
If he's immune, he doesn't really have to worry
Yeah,
about his
I'd go ahead and go with
composure.
Dex rather than Composure.
Any bonuses? Yes, no?
No.
Yeah,
You're
he's a
just
big target.
you're just shooting a dude. Yeah, but he's not like inhumanly big.
Fair. RNG says what? Okay.
If you want.
I'm burning a willpower to at least reroll 3.
Okay, you can reroll 3.
RNG says maybe.
RNG says perhaps.
RNG says,
Aw. RNG says no.
All right, he got 2 6. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong roll. Hang on.
She says if he's
I
I was,
Hey,
looking,
wait
I
a
was looking at
minute.
his previous roll, not the I was looking at the frenzy roll, not the athletics Dex. He's got
Man,
mate.
he's dangerously close to failing a frenzy check.
I'll be
Wow.
interested.
All them dice. He got 2 successes.
Ties go to the player.
Ties go to the player.
So that's 5 fire damage.
Okay.
So yeah, so the rifle does I think 2 damage, plus 2 damage. They roll the same number of successes, so he gets no bonus damage for that. So I think it's just the 2, but it's aggravated because it's
Shotgun's 3.
oh, shotgun 3. Okay, my bad. So that's 3. It's aggravated because it's fire. He'll initiate the Defy Bane for this one, so it becomes superficial.
And can't be healed.
Yeah, but the superficial gets cut in half. So 3 becomes 2. Alright, so he's taking 2.
The first person to do damage. Good job, Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, is there anybody else? Okay, Russell needs to shoot. One, 2, only 3. Alright, but that is 2 more aggravated he takes.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
adding up.
Slowly but surely.
Just wear him down.
He's still in double digits, but y'all are doing something.
Yeah.
Alright,
How much fire is Henry throwing out?
that is a good question. Let's see. I think it's reasonable to say he's probably as good as Samuel.
So
At
that would
least as good as
be
Samuel.
a lot
The
of
hell,
dice.
amount of- yeah.
It's 14 dice. Ish.
Does he get Samuel's dice, or does he get his Samuel's results with fire?
Who knows?
He gets 7 successes.
It's about as much as Samuel gets on average.
Oh,
Crits notwithstanding.
7, but he does get to dodge. This is a much more dice-heavy game than we usually.
We're fighting an old one. I'm not surprised.
This is true. And Gilgamesh gets 6 successes to avoid it, so he takes 1 aggravated. Or... Yeah.
At least took something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it has visibly injured him now.
Frenzy.
He's got like some char marks.
Maybe.
He does not frenzy.
Okay.
The sheriff takes
I
a
think-
shot at him.
Yeah.
And misses.
No.
And the old Libon is doing something. That's probably not going to work with only 4 successes. No. A sort of image starts going up around the old one. Samuel, you can see through it. You realize he's using an ability very similar to the stuff Travis could do.
Okay.
You know, some kind of illusion weaving. Like he's trying to cover up the majesty this guy's projecting. It's not working, though. You can see through it because of your abilities, but you can tell from like the deputy's reaction and stuff is that this old one's power is just pouring through. You know, but it was his attempt.
Yeah.
And Gilgamesh seems to have noticed it.
Is he gonna put the live onto the sword?
Well, he has a sword handy.
Uh-huh.
So it seems like the sort of thing one might do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the, let's see, celerity of... Make sure I've got this ability right. Lightning Strike. One rouse check. He does not get hungry. Used before making a brawl or melee attack, making melee in this case, the opponent makes no roll to dodge or defend. Make the attack at difficulty 1. An opponent possessing celerity 5 can nullify this. Well, the lie bond does not have that. So now he makes his melee attack. So that's plus his sword.
Sword. Schwad.
Yeah, that's the worst roll he's made of the game. So he's going to burn a willpower to reroll 3 of those dice. That's a little more like it. So that's 5, so that's 4 successes, so that's 4 damage. Plus, I think 1 for the sword. Plus half his potence. So that is 7 not aggravated at all. So that is 7 damage, 7 health levels. But the Libon gets Jabal gets to half that. Still, that is quite a lick.
Mm-hmm.
The sword kind of catches him at the gut and kind of runs up. It would have been an absolutely mortal wound on anything living.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Jeez. I'm sitting here wondering what Attack is doing.
We'll get to
we
him.
all.
Let's see. He's gonna make 1 rouse check as he realizes he has not roused his blood for a blood surge yet.
Who?
I'm guessing Methuselah here.
Gilgamesh.
All right. Attack was just standing at the last round. You assumed that he must have been frozen in fear like everybody else, or awed by this guy's majesty.
Uh-huh.
And maybe he was. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But this turn he turned. Basically where Gilgamesh had run past him to get to Jabal. Thank you. Attack turns around to face him again, and faster than any of you without celerity could possibly follow. He swells up. He triples in size. And what's standing before you now isn't remotely human.
The dragon.
It's definitely something reptilian. Has a very crocodilian sort of head to it. What did Duba do?
Oh no, it was.
Anyway, very crocodilian kind of head. It's got a hunched. It's standing on 2 legs, but it's got a kind of a hunched over posture. One of its hands is on the ground, knuckles down. The arms are longer than the legs. It's got a posture almost like a gorilla. got a kind of a crocodilian tail to it.
Mm-hmm.
Some spines down its back. Pretty beefy. Have you ever seen an alligator or a crocodile, video of it, where they do that sort of vibrating bellow thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
If they're doing it in the water, you actually see the water rippling around their torso. That's kind of what he does. But it's in a confined space, and he's huge, and you can feel the sound vibrating through you. Which seems to shake the deputies out of whatever they were under.
Does it shake me?
Actually, yeah, everybody's got this. Anybody that
What
wasn't
the
free this round
holy
gets this round
shit.
to do something. I do have to roll something for Russell.
So, something I just remembered, Jason. Bruce, Abla, and Anya are here too.
Oh no.
Oh God.
I just remembered you brought them along as well.
Yeah, we did say they came along because they were the foreigners.
All right. Well, they were.
They
They
were.
were very obviously entranced.
Yes, they were with the deputies.
Okay. That's it. They're just like, oh, wait a minute. We're missing somebody. Who are we missing? Oh yeah.
Let's also not forget that I guess we just haven't got around to it, but Maeve and Colin still are running into at least grab one.
That's true.
That'll be on their next.
Well, their little altercation was their round for this round.
Yeah.
Though they hear
Yeah,
this
actually-
sound reverberating through the cave as they're running forward. Maeve can hear calling behind her, "Oh, child of mine, what are you dragging me back into?"
See if I can.
So the two of you basically get right to the chamber as you're in time to see this. And you hear Colin say one word. It's not a word you're familiar with. But you're pretty sure he says Mokale. So the sheriff's deputies and Anya and all of them start unloading.
There's this one monster in Final Fantasy XIV that this Mokale sounds very much like, and I'm trying to find. Yes, the pickle, but I don't know what its actual name is.
So the rest of the room starts firing on him. Going into the next round, everybody is free to take an action. What action would you like to take?
We all have to make checks, except for Alexander.
No, we got.
No,
No, the Mokale has got you. Whatever it did, is you are shook out of that for this round at least. It may not be a permanent thing.
I'm gonna open fire then.
But Blackjack is waiting until everyone else does their fire thing, and then he's gonna go in and punch.
Yeah. Jolene's getting altitude, and then she's gonna go in and punch.
Fucking hell.
Oh God, here we go again.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right, Samuel begins his mad cackling again.
I am going to hold on. I'm gonna willpower reroll 3 of those ones.
Okay.
Of the normal dice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not trying to get rid of the bestial critical. He's just trying to bump it
Make
up.
it worth it.
I want to hurt you.
Yeah. So 5, 6, 7.
You're back on par for average.
Yeah. 7.
All right. But the rest of you start hearing him do his mad cackle. Samuel, you are clear. You are in no retreat, no surrender mode.
Yeah.
No quarter.
Which
You're a busy
means
British soldier.
if I have to make a roll against awe, I get a +3 dice bonus now.
Fair enough. Well, it's not all; it's majesty.
Well, still, anything that affects the mind, since I'm under the effect of the beast, I get a +3 dice bonus to it, and their difficulty to affect me is +2 higher.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. He sidesteps your pillar of flame.
Okay.
At the same time you were doing yours, Henry was doing his. He gets 5, but he'll burn our willpower. Which gets him up to 6. Well, there's 4 from those crits. Oh, 6 for crits. He sidesteps that pillar.
Jesus.
Alright, I'm just gonna go down the line. Jolene, what are you doing?
Getting altitude, trying to get behind and punch him somewhere.
Okay.
Strength brawl, correct?
Yes.
And then if you hit, it does extra based on your blood alchemy.
Yeah.
Earth and blood alchemy. Oh.
Wait, how did no? That's wrong.
Yeah, that's not
That's
enough.
gotta be wrong.
That's not enough.
That is, yeah.
Those look like
There
the
we
correct
go.
number.
Yeah.
It's probably still gonna be dodged, but
You never know.
There's 3 10s.
Yep. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, he got successes on all but 2 of his dice. He got 2, 4, 6. He got 11
backing
successes.
away,
So
trying to get out of sword reach.
this man is just a blur of motion. Sidestep this pillar, sidestep this pillar of fire, duck under the flying thin blood. Let's see, Sam's already gone. Blackjack.
Punch.
All right.
I pouch.
Well, pouch him.
Strength. I'm gonna reroll some dice. Can only reroll 2 of those. 4 successes.
Let's see. 2, 4, 5, 6,
Yep.
7, 8.
Jolene and I's fist just go mope.
We're trying, okay? We're trying. We're working
we
with
are.
what we got.
A man this big should not be able to dance this nimbly.
Mm-hmm.
Maeve. You see that everybody in the room is acting. That everybody's mobile, so. Are you going to still try to kidnap somebody and run away? Or?
Is the prince knocked out, or is he up and going?
He's on the far side of the room where he got slapped, but he is back up on his feet, yes.
She's gonna glance at Colin and then just go and attack.
You're not the only one who can lie, asshole. Like a fucking cat.
Basically.
I get it from you, Dad.
Alright.
Roll.
Make your murder hands roll. Would you like to spend a willpower to re-roll some of them dice?
I can only re-roll one. Wait, no, that's off. No. Wait.
Yeah, you ought to have more than 4 dice.
That's way off. Let me try this again.
Yeah.
I looked at that. I'm like, wait.
Make sure it added your stat.
+2 modifier because of the, right?
That goes to damage.
Yeah. So it's just the dexterity and the brawl.
Mm-hmm.
That's still wrong.
What's your dexterity?
My dexterity is 4.
And what's
My
your brawl?
is 4.
Yeah, you should be rolling 8 dice.
Clicking the brawl.
Yeah, I clicked the brawl, and then the attribute goes to dexterity, and then I hit submit, and it's not giving me all my dice. It's only giving me 4 out of 8. Something's wrong.
Can roll
Okay.
a d10. Just see what happens.
As we say, you can roll it all manually.
You only have
Well,
one.
the trick is
You
you're
only
supposed to be rolling a total of 8 dice, so we'll take those last 2 rolls you did
Okay.
The other.
and just add them together. So that's 1, 2.
That's 2 10s from the last one.
Okay.
So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, that's not bad. 3, 4. Ooh, and he only gets 4 successes.
Hey.
So you did
2.
5 damage?
Yep, and it's all straight superficial, not cut in half.
Because you add half your potence, which is 3, so...
Is it potent? Because it's brawl with the nails?
Well, I thought that was what we had just said.
In the errata, which we only bothered to read this morning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you add half your potence to weapons attacks, and your claws count as a weapon attack.
So then that's what my potence is 1.
Okay, well, you round up, so...
So 1.
1.
So 6
So that's
damage.
6 damage.
Alright,
straight-
6 damage.
Straight superficial, not cut in half. Because
Your claws scrape along this stone skin and seem to do nothing. As he uses his
Counterpoint.
damn.
as he uses his marble body for this, for this attack, this round.
And
If I
then
make
with that, I'm gonna back
Teacher.
the fuck up
Alright.
when she's gonna back up when she realizes it didn't do shit.
Samuel,
you mentioned the marble body, so I was looking at it. It does say at the end, critical hits bypass that defense.
oh yeah! How could I have forgotten?
It's not like any of us have 5 fortitude or anything where this comes up regularly.
This is true.
We haven't gotten that high in level.
I could have, I just didn't want to.
I think I might be the only one with a 5 and a discipline stat.
So
Probably.
More points.
your claws hit, they start going up, and there's resistance at first, and then it's like they manage to kind of pop through there, and you tear a huge gash, almost as bad as what he did to Jabarl.
Borrow.
It actually staggers him back.
Getting real
And
shit.
then with that, she's gonna jump back though.
I think I know who might be in his line of sight now.
Yeah, she's gonna jump the fuck back with her 3
That's who put a
celebrity.
target on them.
She's gonna be like, blink the fuck back.
Also, Samuel, to reiterate, you're talking to someone who has level 5 obfuscate.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
So you are not the only one who has mastered a craft, dear brother.
He says from the kitchen.
You don't throw him too far off his game, though, because, you get that lick on him, but he manages to get out of the way as Colin comes through and whiffs.
Oh, Colin.
Okay. Colin's like, all right, well, guess we're doing this real quick.
How often else are you going to fight Methuselah? Might as well.
Yeah. Whoever survives gets some serious street cred for
Oh,
this.
yeah. She's fucking wearing that crown. Like, oh, did you fight with Methuselah? Sit down.
Sit down, puts on crown. Well, I got a story to tell you.
Oh,
Boy.
All right, so Alexander.
Second verse, same as the first, sir.
Fire away, fire away.
I would also say, as I whiff, I like roll out of the way, knowing more fire arms are coming.
Yeah, like, after every hit, things like.
Oh.
That's a 4. You know what? Piss on it. I'm at least gonna re-roll that 1. So
Okay.
at least
You can
re-roll
reroll
the dice.
2.
You can reroll 2 dice.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Because you
I'll
got
go-
2 out of 4.
Okay. Yeet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is
So,
it?
so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought the 10 counted as 2.
2 tens.
Not-
You gotta have
I'll
2
say
tens for that to trigger.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, this would be his athletics, not his
roll good
brawl.
enough.
So he got 4 successes.
So I do nothing.
No.
Well, a tie goes in favor of the player. Your rifle does 1 or 2.
Shotgun does 3.
3. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting it's a shotgun.
Yeah,
So-
it's 3.
Shotgun's 3 aggravated.
Yeah, it's because it's also fire. Because yay, dragonfire rounds.
Yeah. He uses Defy Bane on this, which makes it
So,
superficial, so it does half it.
so it just goes down 1 point to 2. But it cannot be healed.
Oh, that's true. It goes up into the more, so there's more that cannot
Hey.
be healed.
Can you use the Fine Bane every turn?
I believe he can use it once a turn. Though there is a rouse check every time.
How hungry is he getting?
He's been making some of his rolls, and he gets at his blood potency there is
Yeah,
he can
he gets
re-roll
to-
rouse checks to certain abilities.
Yeah, depending on his potency.
Yeah.
I know for mine, my first and second level powers, I can reroll rouse checks. That's with my enhanced potency from my blood sorcery power.
This
Right.
power converts a number of damage per scene, not per wound or per attack.
Oh, you're right, but it's wounds based on. Okay, so he would have taken. Ooh, he's in bad shape.
I'm about to say, I think you could only do it once per.
Per
and
scene.
I wanted to make sure I read that per scene.
Good looking
'Cause
at. Good looking at.
I have Defy Bane too, so yeah, that
Yeah,
we have,
so do
we have
I,
run
so
into that.
Uh-huh.
All right, so as y'all do that, and the prince begins to run up on him.
Alexander's still the only person who's done like consistent damage on him. 2 turns in a row. 2 turns in a row.
Last turn I was fighting.
All right.
Yeah.
Arguing.
I don't feel like such a lightweight contender this time.
She has a DPS.
He's not a DPS at all. He's stealth based.
The most confused wizard.
Fireball.
So as the deputies are coming up with their guns and
Bruce, Abla, and Anya.
Bruce and Anya are coming up with their weapons.
Excuse me.
Abla seems to be like, I know, taking a breath, hawking up a loogie. You're not sure what she's doing.
Uh-huh.
What? Gilgamesh takes off.
Just
He starts weaving past y'all and down the hallway that y'all had come in at.
Hmm.
do I see him making this movement since I have celerity?
Yeah, do we?
Barely.
Oof.
Is it enough to track? Because I will track.
You got what? Celerity 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of your sight in no time.
That's
So
fine.
yeah, celerity 5.
He's still
Okay.
out of mind with my enhanced senses.
Well, as soon as he hits that hallway, he's around the corner.
That's
So
true. Yeah, that's true.
while he doesn't have a heavy footstep particularly, you can hear the sound,
Right.
but it's receding to the distance very quickly.
Okay. I'm gonna, cause I'm in kill mode still. So he's around the corner.
Do you have any celerity?
I have no celerity,
Okay.
but he's still in kill mode.
He's just like a soldier, like with his gun.
I mean, he's not slow, but
No.
He's
That's what
not
I tried to say about
celerity
Blackjack, too, but you know.
There's
I
a
got
difference,
bullied.
Deca. Blackjack's the
Bla-
jock.
Uh-huh.
Sam's the nerd. He's not supposed to be fast.
I mean, he has a point.
so around the corner, do I see Gilgamesh with my enhanced senses? Since it was a long hallway that we went down to get there.
You said it was like 120 feet.
Meters.
With 5
Yes,
celerity,
yeah.
no. I'm going to say not.
Not okay.
I look at Maeve like, Jason,
You think we can catch him?
he's gotta stop sometime.
No matter how fast we run, we'll never catch up to him. Not as old as he is. You can try Blackjack, but you're not going to catch him.
I go at least towards the entrance. Phew.
Alright, you're heading up to the engine. Is anybody
Please
following
don't.
after him?
Samuel's gonna move with the group, but
Maeve is going
chasing.
to make sure he doesn't do something stupid.
It's a 50-50 shot.
Exactly, it's a 50-50 shot, and since Maeve can keep up with him,
See, the sad thing is right now, as much as Alexander is afraid of Gilgamesh, he's still more concerned of the woman that wants his head, who is currently still in the room. As far
Is
as
she
he
still in the
knows.
room?
Yes, that's the problem I have. Unfortunately.
she's failed every all check so far. So
Well, she got shook free when everybody else did, though.
okay, fair point.
So, you know.
Huh. Deschler does not have any celerity.
who
there's
doesn't?
that problem.
Charles Deschler. He got lots of other stuff, but no celerity.
Interesting.
Everybody else in the room is a little freaked out by the fact that this dragon thing is still in there.
It's a dragon blink.
That's also why the reason why also Maeve left the room after Blackjack. In the back of her head, she remembers, what,
Dargan.
yeah,
Dargan.
that's her death.
Atok shrinks back down to a human form because he can't actually leave this chamber swole up like it was. He doesn't take off as fast as Blackjack and Maeve, but he does seem to be moving pretty quickly.
What was the name of the Libon again?
Jabarl.
Jolene will drop down and hand over a couple of the werewolf blood vials. She probably put a couple in her pack. I think she would have had room for maybe 1 or 2 possibly.
Okay.
Just hand them to him, probably pre-prepped them. Drink these.
All right, his healer. He tries to heal. Does not get any hungry from that. It's superficial, so he can just keep rolling. Fails that one. The werewolf makes up for it. Okay. Pretty soon he's been more or less back in one piece.
And she's taken off after Maeve, Atok, and Blackjack.
Yeah, Samuel's following.
Well, at this point, if everybody's done left, Alexander's at least gonna run by the prince and say, "For the love of God, keep a lookout on her." And as he ain't got celerity, but he's at least gonna try and keep up with the rest.
It obfuscates, so it can't be seen.
Oh yeah, no. The second nobody sees him, just I'm out.
That's not hard.
It's the one thing I'm good at.
You hear, as y'all all run out of the chamber, y'all hear gunfire and stuff starting up inside the chamber.
Inside the chamber?
Dorcas was still there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Firing squad, it's fine. I don't give a shit about Dorcas. That's not my problem.
No, the only person that probably gives a damn in the entire group is the last one running towards you lot.
Yeah.
Very damn, but the more threat right now is the Methuselah.
escaping into the
Oh no,
city
he
where there's plenty to
understands
eat.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So our two runners,
Uh-huh.
Blackjack and Maeve,
Never skip like day.
and as y'all are chasing after him, you pass the crow. It started following him as soon as he left, but it's not as fast as y'all, so y'all catch him and pass it pretty quickly.
Jeez, curious
Maeve's
system.
half tempted to jump and grab the crow and run off with the crow.
Well, you don't have to jump; it's flying about shoulder height.
Okay, well then she'll just grab and run off with the crow as well.
Like a football.
I can see that, sadly.
Me also remembering, wait a minute, a talk still has that 2 nights worth of tracking.
You remember that? Samuel's not in a state to remember that, though.
Oh, yeah, no, he's not. He's in kill mode still. Although he's probably out of it at this point, because he's just chasing. He's not in active battle at the moment.
Yeah. Still kind of hunt-kill mode. Anyway,
Oh, yeah, absolutely, but yeah, he's not in
our
active
two
combat.
fastest runners, you actually catch up with him. Because he stopped in the tunnel
Uh-huh.
to have a little snack.
Oh, that's
Oh,
terrible.
the,
Fucking
oh no, the
frenzy.
deputy!
Yeah, the one that got
He is standing amongst a pile of the poor deputy's limbs. And just as you get there, he's
Poof.
shields himself with the deputy.
I go to punch him in the fucking mouth.
Alright, so anyway, you run up. Basically, as he's just letting go. Blood dribbling out the side. The deputy's already beginning to visibly disintegrate. Give me a roll.
Is he visible?
He's visible to us, because we've
Yes, he had not obfuscated.
Oh, no, I'm saying, like...
Oh, to
saying
you?
the
No,
distance
this
speed,
is the Celerity
like, how
3
far away
guys.
is he?
This is the
Okay.
Celerity 3 guys.
I didn't know if we were close enough where my heightened senses could see him.
Not yet.
I mean,
You will probably hear the sounds of the combat, though.
Yeah. I just wanted to know, because if it was, he was going to fire. But I will wait.
Let's see.
I'm gonna re-roll that one just in case. Yes!
Heck yeah!
6 successes.
Hey, Macarena.
This is my best chance.
Your best chance to lay him out. Do us proud, boy.
He's gonna spend a willpower.
Uh-huh.
That did him no good. Alright, so he only got 5 successes.
I got 6, plus my potence 3.
Alright, so that is 4, halved, so 2. As you approach, you notice he's in much better shape than he was when he left the chamber.
Of course he is.
By no means does he look fresh or unscarred. Maeve's big wound is still there,
Uh-huh.
though it's starting to seal up around the edges. Maeve, what are you doing?
Just gonna go and attack. Right behind Blackjack. Let's hope it works this time.
Alright, roll them murder hands.
There we go!
Hey. You got a 10. You can re-roll if you want.
I'm going to re-roll 3.
Yeah, so you get another 10.
There it is!
Why did it roll 2 times? I don't fucking know. But I still
don't
got a
know
10
either.
anyway. That's 2 10s. That is 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alright,
6.
you got 1 10 in the original roll.
Yeah, and then I got one more. I don't know why it did it 2 times. My
Go with the
my
first one.
mouse.
Oh, okay. You
doing
double
that.
clicked on accident. No, not a problem.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
that's 3, 4, 5, 6 total. 3, 4, 5. He got 5.
Okay, so then that is 1 plus 2 plus 1. So 4.
4 not halved.
Yeah, 4 not half.
4 not halved. All right. His go.
Mm-hmm.
He sees Maeve. No offense, Blackjack, but he sees Maeve as the primary.
Because I'm the one that did the most
That's fine.
damage.
But let's say, considering she just tore through Marble Body again.
Yeah.
This is really
It's like,
supposed to
oh.
work a lot better.
It's like, oh, you're supposed to be made of stone.
Hold on.
Hold that thought.
All right, Maeve. I hate to do this to you, but he uses his lightning strike.
Can only be beaten by celerity 5.
Well, it means she makes no defense roll.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is his melee. 3.
And I can't even defy Bane it, can I?
Probably defy Bane it.
Well,
Just
Define
can't defend
Bane
against
would
it.
be if it was doing aggravated damage or fire or something.
Yeah.
This is just him
Okay.
swinging a sword really, really hard. Oh yeah, but I guess this actually does involve the stat that he bumped up.
Yeah.
All right, how many? There's 3 10s. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 successes. His difficulty was a 1, so that's 11 extra successes.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 11 damage. The sword gives him.
Superficial.
Yes, the sword
Right.
gives him a +2. And he adds half of his potence, which is another 2. So that's 15.
Sweet.
Half,
two,
so 7
7.
that she's actually taking.
And then
7. What about her fortitude? Out of curiosity.
I don't
it
care about
is reduced.
No, the defined Bane. No, this is all superficial.
Right, but isn't
Right.
it reduced further by fortitude? It's reduced to half because you're a vampire, and it's reduced further because you're
If she's got the, was it toughness?
yeah.
I have toughness.
Toughness.
Or no,
subtract
toughness is the one that
fortitude
adds to your health
defender.
levels.
No, that's resilience.
Subtract the fortitude of defender from all superficial damage sustained. This occurs before having the damage. Cannot be reduced once the
Okay,
damage.
so it happens before having. So how many ranks of fortitude do you have?
3.
3.
All right, so 15 becomes 12, half, so 6. You take 6 damage.
Whew. Still a pretty chunk.
It's
Oh,
still
yeah.
a good chunk, but the more we can reduce, the more likely she lives.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't help that he got 3 10s in that hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still.
He got very
So-
fucking lucky.
What you see, Blackjack, is he basically runs Maeve through, kind of pulls up on the blade a little bit as he comes out, leaving a huge gash.
But
Some of her insides
still-
are trying to become outsides.
but she's still standing, so it's
Yeah.
fine. Superficial, it's fine.
Yeah, he clearly didn't sever her spine or lop her head off or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of look. I see the wound. I'm like, respect. I'm going back to fighting.
I can't take another one of these.
No.
All right,
you cannot.
next round, Samuel, you are now in eyesight of him because of your enhanced senses.
Can she like back up after the
Here's
sword
the whole
running
thing.
through?
No. When your turn comes up this round, sure.
Okay. Oh, lovely. Okay, so I guess I'll get ready for a frenzy check.
I'm gonna reroll 3 of those.
How many turns till Jolena's in range?
Shit. Okay, never mind.
Oh. That's his. It's a low roll.
Yeah.
Alright, so just 4.
My dice don't want me to hit things. It burned them all at the beginning.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I really.
Yeah.
We know.
We know you do, sir.
Alright, he's gonna burn a willpower to reroll 3 dice.
Oh God, did
Did
he?
he roll that bad?
Before the reroll, he only had 2 successes. After the reroll, he's got 4. So
But
that's a tie.
It still goes to Sam.
But that goes to Sam.
because I'm the first thing that hit, and it's not a critical, Marble Body negates it.
Oh yeah, that's right. But that means he can't use Marble Body for anything else this round.
Yep. So, my turn's done as I continue to run up.
Let's
3 of us
see.
still have to do right trick.
Alexander, do you have any celerity?
No.
Okay,
not at
I
all.
didn't think so. So you, Sam, and Jolene are all pretty much in a pack. You and Jolene can't see far enough ahead.
She's got eyes of the beast.
Oh, does she?
Game
So
of
she can see. So she can see in the dark.
Yeah.
She can see in the dark like me, but that's all.
So
we can do.
you can, off in the distance, you can see a little bit of light where Blackjack still got his mag light or whatever.
Mhm.
But you can't at the distance you can't make a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the crow doing?
Yeah, Maeve had the crow with her when she was what the heck?
Okay, so I'm assuming you let the crow go before you clawed.
Just
Otherwise,
Just right
the
before.
poor guy is crammed into a body cavity some kind of way.
ew.
That one had about crow-sized.
I mean, yeah, just shove it right there. There you go, crow. Stay safe.
Shove the crow inside the Methuselah, have him to like shapeshift out, just open the wound up.
I don't know how that works.
But no, where you let go of the crow when you went to claw, it seems to have drifted over to the side and is watching things unfold.
The silent observer, hardly acting,
Yeah.
always watching.
The Watcher.
Well, he's not completely silent. You think you hear kind of a caw, kick his ass.
Oh,
I mean, it could speak. It did say her name.
I mean, to be fair,
Actually, yeah, it wouldn't even be trying to hide it. It would just be saying kick his ass because
Kick his ass.
when he was in the full group, not everybody knew what he was initially, so he was being kind of cautious about showing off. But you guys have seen him change by this point, so.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was going to stick with the crow thing, I could use feral whispers to talk to an animal.
All right, so Samuel tried to set him on fire. Would have worked, but the marble body.
Yeah.
And then you 3 are advancing.
Attack made it before us, cause
Oh, that's right. He's moving a little faster than y'all, so you can see where he's kind of halfway between you and.
yeah.
Blackjack.
Yes.
You've seen you saw the burst of flame
Uh-huh.
that happened just right after he gorged chunks out of Maeve.
Uh-huh.
So what you doing?
I'm standing my ground, fighting. I'm gonna knowing that wound was pretty fucking bad on Maeve, I'm gonna kind of get in front of her and do the 1-2 from there. He could probably shish kebab us, but this is all he can think of right now.
Side body block. 1, 2, come on.
3 successes. I can't risk rolling very many more of those.
Right, with the fire going on.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, he's good.
That's the only reason I rerolled that last one is I had 110, so I was hoping to get a crit.
He just sort of, with his free hand, he just sort of swats your fists kind of to one side or the other.
Still.
Grabs it. Hello.
Let's see. Oh, one thing that does happen in the hallway. Russell Yu goes running past the three of you, catching up with a talk.
Ooh.
He is clearly moving at inhuman speeds.
We're just running in here.
Everybody else is just running faster than you three.
Actually, it just sounds like a wind, but it's almost like you can hear voices in the wind as it runs past. Maeve, you're up. Blackjack has kind of gotten between you, so you can safely withdraw.
Yeah.
As that last
She
lick is
really-
making you reevaluate life choices. Maybe Colin was right. I should have listened to Dad. I don't like these mofos that much.
She's gonna grab the back of Blackjack's jacket and pull them back with her celerity.
I'm still like this, like Scrappy Doo being pulled back.
Let me at it.
Let
Let me at
me
it.
Let me at him.
And she'll go back with her. Way
At least
far
to the
back. Probably a little behind a talk.
Is Blackjack going to resist this? If he doesn't resist, then there's no rolls required.
Sure. No, I'm gonna roll to see if Blackjack resists. Yes.
Yes, he's going to resist. All right.
So what am I doing?
Dexterity or strength, whichever one you want, and brawl.
Alrighty.
Same for Blackjack.
Yeah.
Aw,
Misses.
yeah, two.
I don't even let her take the leather jacket. I just go. Ugh.
And it'll break because she had a bit of a grip on it.
Yeah, it's just some claw marks, but it's fine. It's just he stands there squared up.
Actually, she'd probably tear the entire collar right there. But...
No, not my jacket. It's
Yes,
Burrow.
the jacket.
It's
Jack
it's
is
a
not
Burrow
that
thing. I
strong.
will fight.
Jack is not
No,
that strong.
he's
It's
he's
broken.
squared up against
It's
against
broken.
this Methuselah.
Okay. All right. If you gonna take a swing, take a swing.
No, I'm gonna take a swing, or
Yeah.
if Maeve is.
Oh, no, that's right. This was Maeve. I'm sorry. That's right. Blackjack
that's
had already
Maeve's
gone. So that was Maeve's turn. So he slips out of your grip as you're backing up.
Don't get shish kebab now.
It's alright.
He's probably still gonna go after her regardless because Blackjack's not doing much damage.
But Blackjack is the one right there in front of him at the moment. So,
Yeah.
but he's not going to do anything that involves, having to rouse his blood. So none of the lightning strike stuff. This is just a good old fashioned melee attack.
Is
Am I
that
rolling
him
to-
dump a
am I rolling
tray
to
out?
defend?
For it's not my fault. Y'all are fighting him at his high. Oh, I forgot. And his jacked up stat.
Am I rolling to defend?
Yeah, I won't make you if you don't want to. You can.
You're not
yes.
You're not getting shish kebabbed.
Well, I mean, I could still very well get shish kebabbed.
No, but it's not with the
Successes.
sword.
He's,
so you're good.
he's not lightning striking.
Yeah.
All right, he beat you by 4,
Sure.
so that's 4 damage.
Or
2 for the sword, or was it 1 for the sword? I forget.
2.
2.
So that's got you up to
you're
6.
6.
Half of his
3.
potence.
So
that's 8.
half potence, that's 8. Then I have potence. I'm sorry, 4 to 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3.
So 5
Shot.
halved. So you take 2 lethal, or 2 lethal in
I
his
was like,
version.
lethal. Hold on.
2
Superficial.
superficial. Thank you.
It does aggravated damage now.
No, it does not.
Because he lights his sword on fire.
He activated Flame Strike.
There's a flash that goes down, and Blackjack's like, "Huh, you're the first person in a while that's actually hit me."
I didn't know he was a cleric. Sarah got it.
I shake my head at you.
The next round, Russell has caught up to Maeve. He stops, he looks at you, he goes, I'm about to do something. I don't know what it's going to do, but everybody, y'all need to hit him with everything you've got. You know, if he reacts to what I'm doing.
Okay.
Works for me.
God, I hope my old man wouldn't send me here to die.
Oh wait, he's telling that to Maeve though, right?
Right.
She's gonna be like, is he gonna?
And he says it loudly enough that
Okay.
that I know Samuel hears it, Maeve can hear it, and Blackjack can hear it.
Is he gonna like? What am I looking for in his reaction?
I don't know. My father gave me instructions when when the confrontation was at its worst, get in his face.
All right, she's gonna arouse her blood at that,
You'll know when you see it.
I want
and
to
she's
see.
not hungry, and so she's gonna.
All right. So this is Blackjack's plan right now. Blink. Behind him. Shotgun. Head.
If that
Will he
works.
still get a chance to defend? I'm assuming yes, because like rapid reflexes or whatever.
Well, yes, and
Celerity.
Blink doesn't give you the same
5.
ability that the level 5 thing gives you. Where
Right.
Where
Yeah.
he
So,
doesn't.
nah, I'm just gonna. All right. So that would be. That's like Blackjack puzzling it out in his head. He's like, nah. Just go with what you go. Go with what you know.
So
Let's do the grenade thing.
he says that kind of as he's running past Maeve.
Mhm.
He runs up in front of Blackjack.
Do I need to avert my eyes or something?
Well, you don't know because he just stands there and calls for Gilgamesh's attention.
Okay. No, I'm asking him as he walks by me.
No, he
In
doesn't
the
answer.
infinitesimal second. Okay.
There's certain he looks resigned, clearly doesn't know what's going to happen, but he's ready for whatever happens.
Mhm.
The old one looks down at him, and when he makes eye contact, Blackjack, you're the closest to him. You see his jaw just drop open, and he says
His jaw-
somebody's
what?
name. His jaw just drops open. He's staring into Russell's eyes and saying somebody's name, and then he's drops his sword, grabs Russell by the shoulders, and screams that name again.
All right.
What
Beat his
name?
ass.
And something about they weren't supposed to be reborn in this world.
That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm beating his ass.
Yeah, it doesn't mean nothing to you. But that's why I know everybody's catching it.
Right.
Fair enough.
All right, so going down the order for this round. Jolene, Samuel, and Alexander, y'all are all close enough to do anything ranged that you can do.
Okay.
Jolene, still nothing.
She should pack a pistol.
She casts fist. That's all she's got.
The
hold
speed
on.
doesn't give you more. The slide doesn't give you more speed, does
No.
it? No.
If she had celerity, it would, because she moves at basically her land speed.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask this. May I throw her my shotgun with the dragonfire rounds to pull out a rifle to take a shot? To give Jolene something of range.
I'll allow it. I'll even say y'all did it the previous round because you knew y'all'd be coming up at him from a distance.
What is firing gun?
Firearm dexterity.
Yeah, dexterity firearms.
Oh, guys, you did really well.
How many dice?
What's the worst that could happen is Russell's head explodes.
I need to know.
I mean, he can't defend theoretically right now.
It could be worse.
It could
He's
be worse.
busy right here.
Alright, so I am having his dice pool. Okay, he tied Jolene. So that's that damage.
Extra marble.
Oh no, he
Shot.
was hit. Was he hit last round?
Yeah, he was hit last round.
Yeah,
the
he
marble
was.
doesn't work.
He was hit last round with Samuel.
The fire.
So
Not to mention Maeve and I hit him.
Yeah, the marble's down.
Alright, well, this is basically like the new round, so you started that
Yeah.
off. Samuel!
Hey guys, marble's down.
I don't know, I see all these attacks going off simultaneously, so, it's whichever one's the most dangerous.
Uh-huh.
Money, big money, no whammies.
I mean,
8? Pretty good.
You know what? I'm gonna reroll 3 of those failures just because.
Fuck it.
go ahead.
Needs willpower.
9.
9 successes.
Okay.
Oh, better
9
not.
successes, minus his. Blackjack, you're up.
I'm beating his ass.
Beat his ass. Roll me that kick some ass roll.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Oh,
I would not lose humanity to killing a Methuselah like this. I'm just putting that out there right now.
You're going to get a stain because of how much you not because you killed this great evil, but because of how animalistic and just out of control you were. That's going to bother you.
Ah.
But he rolled to Poopa.
Uh-huh.
So it's 2 your potence. What is your potence?
3.
That's another 5. Maeve.
she's gonna go in and attack.
Throw a kidney at him.
Throw a kidney.
Just reaches in.
Damn, no, okay, yeah, no, it didn't do my full dice.
Okay.
I should have had
Just roll it
Hit-
1.
9 dice.
Hit it again, because you should have, or hit it again and then roll a
9
separate dice.
dice. Yeah.
I'd say we'll figure out what's wrong with it, but we're done after tonight, so who
There's,
cares?
there's
Yeah.
and that's 2 successes still. So you were fated to get 2.
1d10, right?
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
The second one rolled 9 dice.
Yeah.
Did it?
You had your
Oh, never
100 dice and
mind.
then your regular dice.
Okay, then. Never mind.
That's not saying you're
That
fated
one's
to get 2.
fixed. Okay, yeah. so
something is weird going on with your
something's
dice roll.
weird.
It's the last session. It's fine.
Yeah.
Alexander.
Yes, sir. Alright, let's see what I can do.
Could she have thrown the shotgun back? Probably
No,
not.
not that quickly.
Not this moment.
Maybe if y'all all had a bunch of celerity, I'd let you do something crazy like that. Keep it in mind for the next campaign, though.
I would like to eat the shotgun.
Eat it at him.
I mean, I have epic dexterity.
But you said you were going to. But you said Alexander was pulling out his rifle, so.
Oh, well, shit. Okay. That's almost max.
All right.
It's pretty good.
I don't think I could do that good if I wanted to. I ain't hit no Samuel level, but
All right. So the rifle, I think the rifle would be a +2 damage. Plus you beat
Rifle's
it.
2.
Plus you beat him by 4.
Oh shit.
damn. I didn't expect to do that good, Chief.
Well, in his shot, his pool was halved, and even with half a pool, he was rolling bad.
He's a little preoccupied.
So Russell, when Sam's fire hits him, it makes him let go of Russell, and Russell kind of stumbles back, with his
Fire bad.
Russell's shirt's catching on fire a little bit, and he's swatting at it, and he just kind of falls, back on his rump, and just this, all the gunfire's hitting him. Samuel flares up. Blackjack and Maeve kind of go in, kind of that Simo And it just, as much damage he'd already taken, and then just this, I'm without words. As you just unleash hell on him in this round. He finally goes down. The two of you that are right up there on him can hear this little cry of fear. Is really the only way you can think of it.
Blackjack gets down to him and says, "Now stay where you belong."
Let's not mock the Methuselah, man. Let's
I'm
not
not.
mock the Methuselah.
He's pissed.
So the rest of you catch up. You're all standing around this body as it's just there, partially on fire still. Bits of it starting to crumble to dust. Samuel, with your level of auspex, you see the spiritual form of this man stand up out of the debris of his body. It glows to you. It glows like the sun. It seems mournful. It seems angry. And then it takes it starts at the edges, starts losing its shape, losing its form. It stays humanoid, like an outline of a person. But where you initially saw it is clearly the man you were just fighting, Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Now it's more of an androgynous, generally human-shaped. You would think of it almost as a blank slate. It begins collapsing down until it's about the size of a newborn.
Enkidu.
And then it passes, then it begins moving, it passes through the wall and out of sight. In what you're guessing is the general direction of the main part of the city.
What the?
Oh.
He's gonna.
Jolene hadn't drunk one of the ICU potions, had she?
No.
Okay. And then y'all all just kind of stand there in silence for a minute.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happens.
Did we just kill?
Russell just lays all the way down back on the ground. It's like, oh.
I think we did.
Hey, Russell.
Yes, Doctor.
You and your Libon might want to go check on that pregnant woman in town when we leave.
He's laying on his back. He just kind of tilts his head back, looking at you upside down. What are you talking about?
Well, when he went down, a spirit came out of his body and headed towards town.
Oh, come on. Can I not have the rest of the night as a break? He starts getting up.
Like a newborn by the time it left.
So what? He kicks the ash pile. This SOB's reincarnating or something?
Into a human child.
Russell kind of, well, yeah, that's, generally, if you're going to reincarnate as a person, that's generally what it would be.
Kind of a downgrade, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's possible, but considering how special she is, remember?
Yeah, I know. Maybe Jabral knows more about this. I don't.
Well, Samuel's just gonna sit down, and then just because he's gonna take Gilgamesh's sword.
It's fair.
It's old, it's well cared for. It's nothing special beyond that. It's not magical or anything. But
Well, yeah, no, he's just gonna take the sword, just plant it, and just just rest on the sword and just sit there on a rock, wait for anybody else to come
Now,
figure out what the hell happened.
would that be considered? Blackjack is saying that out loud. How would that be considered an antique?
oh, absolutely.
It just might be.
Not as
I'm
old
just
as he
saying.
was by any means, but
Sure.
after all,
sure.
it's clearly made of steel and not copper or bronze. But
I'm just saying.
Blackjack?
We're just saying we can have a new set piece.
I don't
We killed a Methuselah.
Uh-huh.
This thing's going on my mantle.
Fine, show off.
Very shortly after this, Colin shows up. And he is right over to Maeve. Just grab her by the shoulders, turn around. He's patting, he's checking, he's looking at wounds.
Sees a huge wound right here.
Yeah.
Does that
Maybe
look hard?
look at Samuel and be like, I think I deserve that more since I survived the attack from that.
It's going on my mantle.
Can we like have it as like a coterie pet? We can each get it for like a weekend and write a story about what we did with it.
Or put it up at the joint clubhouse.
I mean, it would make a nice centerpiece. I mean, what?
That's what I
Right
said.
now, it's my armrest. All you can fuck off.
A little bit later, everybody else makes it up there.
Just gently argue. You are nowhere near. They just hear you are nowhere near that man.
A talk walks up when he sees the ashes, kind of kicks at it, looks over at the raven, or the crow rather. I missed it. 4,000 years my family's following this SOB around, and I missed it.
According to Samuel, you're gonna have some more following to do.
No,
He's
no.
probably reincarnating.
Good, that's what he needed to do.
Oh, well.
Kicks at it again.
I can probably maybe call on the memory if you'd like. You can at least see it.
Alright. He goes, I don't know what kind of worm-tainted power you've got that's letting you do that, but give it a try. Give me some confirmation.
Some auspice bullshit. Can I do that?
For story purposes, fine. I thought you actually had something you could do.
No, I don't. I don't at all.
Call him on his bluff.
I'm about to say, he just pulled that straight out of his ass.
Yeah.
How many times do I have to roll to cast bullshit?
Well, I don't have any cows, so
Blackjack.
I know you do. So he'll just, for story purposes, there's the vision.
When you do that, he gets to see the final death. He sees your version of it, so he sees the spirit come out.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon the way I phrase this, but as this is going on, there's a bit of mental backwash.
Uh-huh.
As you pick up some things from him, and you realize he has memories that stretch back further than recorded history.
Oh boy.
They're not all his.
Mm-hmm.
You realize you're seeing, it's his memories, and you think his mother's memories, and then her father's memories, in an unbroken chain. Now, the chain's not nearly as long as it should be to go back, 4,000 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Or 5, whatever.
Yeah.
And you get flashes of these people sleeping for long periods of time. You see each of them in these reptilian forms. They don't all look like this guy did. All of them are a bit different. Some of them are just large crocodiles. Some of them look almost
Crocodile.
really dinosaurs. The only way you could refer to some of them.
Oh, jeez.
And then some of them, like him, is an odd mix and match of features.
Yeah.
You see back to them waging a war against the werewolves. And you realize just how many of those changing breeds there used to be. But eventually, where the memory really takes you is to the city of Uruk. You see Gilgamesh standing in the sun, watching as some of his people finish the walls. He is talking to the, at that time, current ancestor of Atuk. And he's expressing his worry about his mortality. He's lived ages. He's built his great city. He's lifting humanity up from the animals they were when he arrived. He talks about the joy of having watched Cain's city flooded out, and of his children's city, devouring itself. He speaks of the unconquered sun and what it told him as it remade the old world into this world. His curse that he would walk alone, live out his days and die. That the cycle his people went through would not be happening in this world. And how unfair he thinks that is, that Cain can continue on, unchanging. Atuk's ancestor is trying to convince him to accept his mortality. I mean, he's lived tens of hundreds of times as long, as one of the unexalted. But from where you're standing, you know how that story works out. You know he must have gone to one of Cain's children at some point, seeking the embrace. You try to cling to the memory. You try to get more detail. But it starts to fade and you kind of snap out of it. Left with the knowledge that whatever he was something more than human before his embrace. Atuk is looking at you kind of weird. You accessed the memory, didn't you?
Well, that depends on what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you know. I don't think any of your kind ever managed to do that.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It's just a statement of fact.
I'm going to be seeing more of you or something.
No, I think my time of lurking on the outskirts of this city is likely done.
Not going to look around to watch him reincarnate.
No. I've ensured that it's happened as it was supposed to. That's good enough. I'm a little far north for my people. How my cousins in the wildlife refuge can handle this.
So that's what the prince is. Okay.
As this has been going on, the prince and them have shown up. You see a very hacked on a little bit, shot up, and eventually staked Grandmother Dorcus.
Oh, rat.
The sheriff...
Samuel still leaning on the sword. Yo.
The prince looks at Atuk. Is it finished? He nods. One step closer to Gehenna. Very well. He gathers everybody up. The sheriff and the deputies, of course, upset at their fallen comrade. They had hoped to be able to piece him back together, but now even his soul has been devoured.
E.
At the prince's instructions, they do gather up the ashes to scatter them. You know.
That's awful sentimental of him.
Oh no, not the deputy's ashes. Gilgamesh's ashes.
Oh, okay.
Just to be sure.
Just keep them in an urn, or do they just scatter them out in the ocean?
No, they just kind of take them outside and kick them around off some distance.
That's not being sure at all.
Well, you know, it stops anybody from coming back and doing anything weird with them.
Yeah.
Someone snorts it like a lion.
Suddenly, Gilgamesh is resurrected.
That sounds like some possible thin blood alchemy shit.
You can see where there's a couple of deputies in Torpor where apparently Dorcas put up a fight. Anya and Abla both look a little rough. You find out afterwards, Abla was the one that really kind of put Dorcas down, using that, what was it, Scorpion's Bite, or whatever they call it?
Well,
Mistake.
which variant?
The one that paralyzed her. It's how they wound up staking her as opposed to just beating on her until she died, you know.
Yeah. So, Ball's Caress.
Right. I forgot that was the name of that one. How I forgot, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Uh,
Or Bale. Probably a better way to say it.
Bell is probably the better way to say it. If it's taken from the old, like Palestine area, old belief.
Yeah.
There's a hesitation between the A's. It's Baal.
Baal.
Was
Fair
kind
enough.
of how they said it. But anyway. You get back outside. As you do, you know, once you get down to the bottom of the mountain, a Took heads off in his own direction. The crow takes off somewhere.
Do the feathers like super ruffled because Maeve was rough grabbing him?
No, he didn't seem particularly upset or anything. Russell is talking with Jabarl. He seems freaked out. He's asking the Liban, why did it react like that when it looked into my eyes? When he was looking into my eyes like that, why did I feel like I knew him? Jabarl's got no answers for him, though. He suggests go ask your father. The sheriff and some of the deputies ask a few questions about what happened, this, that, and the other. The prince compliments you all on a job well done, but doesn't seem to be curious about the details.
Just beat his ass like any other vampire. Just took a little longer.
It just took more beating.
Yeah.
So things settle down in Huntsville after that. The Jones Valley Coterie is really riding high.
Just a little bit.
Your status is much higher. People seem to have stopped questioning why the good doctor put together such a motley crew. You know, clearly he was assembling the specialists he needed for a particular action.
Avengers.
Basically.
Alexander is the only officially recognized Nosferatu in the city at present.
Small victories.
Yeah.
Small victories.
I just love it was like at the beginning. Why did the doctor put this crew together? And because he used them to kill a Methuselah.
Word does not get out about who the Methuselah was. The prince basically swears y'all to silence on that. That y'all fought a Methuselah, that's fine. You know, talk about the fight all you want to.
And lived.
Dorcas is put on trial and staked out for the sun. The Thin Bloods are uninvited from the ledges. They don't get any more official recognition than they had before. But in addition to your coterie, there's a couple of other coteries in town that offer, one or two of them some safe haven. In exchange for, their assistance with their alchemy skills, Kind of, it's almost like a put on retainer kind of thing.
Hey, step up.
A couple of the Thin Bloods are basically done with alchemy once this is over.
Don't blame them.
They weren't good at it. They got good enough to make the ICU potion, and they can still do that in a pinch. But
they're not advancing it.
But most of them kind of keep at it because they're kind of saying this is our marketable skill.
Yeah.
Especially with that change to that one spell.
Mm-hmm. So the next few months pass relatively peacefully. Everything's getting, typical vampire politicking going on. A lot of people swinging by to talk to Blackjack or trying to, smooze with the various coterie members when they get the chance.
Probably not
You
so
know-
much Sterling.
So I was elbow dropping this Methuselah.
Yeah. After it stabbed Maeve with a sword.
Where's
The
sword you
sheriff
have? I'm talking about-
invites Blackjack to stay on as a deputy.
I politely did.
He understands. He doesn't push the matter. He just lets you know the position is available whenever if you ever decide that you want to pick it up.
I appreciate it. I just I want to keep my farm. I want to keep my cows. I want to just live as normal and unlaugh as I can. And if you need me for anything, just let me know.
The sheriff laughs. There is nothing normal about a kindred farming. But,
Old,
What is
old
it?
habits die hard.
like some of the younger deputies say, you do you.
He will extend his arm and handshake the sheriff.
At the, he takes your hand. At the next, meeting at the Elysium, there's lots of patting on the backs for not just you. The Banu Hakim have really kind of gone up amongst all this too. Arif is officially made a member of the Primogen. Henry Morgan essentially takes over the Chantry. But with only 3 of you in the city, they're a little hesitant on making him a Primogen member. But he does get kind of one of those advisor kind of level, like Arif has been through most of the campaign. Well, they will call him into the meetings fairly often to discuss particular stuff.
Right.
This time, the prince has decided rather than giving Henry, permission to just create whatever childer he needs to fill out his ranks, since that didn't work out too well the last time. Henry is allowed to basically put out an open call to recruit from other chantries. He aligns the Huntsville Chantry with your great-great-grandsire, or whatever he is, Carl Schreck, with his branch of the Tremere. Which opens up communications with the Madison Chantry a little more, because that was who they were aligned with. And they had been on Alejandro this whole time to try to pick a side.
Yeah.
Through the end of the year, a couple of Nos from out of town kind of wander in, because, there's space. None of them are particularly old. So I wouldn't say they look to Alexander as any sort of leader, exactly. But, but they get in touch with them to keep the kind of a community. The Nos tend to be a little more close-knit than a lot of the clans.
Oh, if any new Nos came in or whatever, he'd happily be like, look, I'm pretty much the only one that knows what's going on in this place. Just talk to me. I'll let you know anything.
Maeve, Colin comes to you a few nights later. Well, basically, once you're fully recovered from all this damage and stuff, it's like he comes by and gives you one more looking over, and he's like, I think I've been in this area far longer than I'm comfortable. You're crazy, but at least you've got friends watching your back.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of cups your face, but never trust a Tremere completely. And that is the last bit of advice he offers before he heads out. With all the pats on the back your coterie was getting, the Brat Pack is being fit to be tied. But they're very limited on what they can do because it's not even really safe for them to badmouth you at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Every now and again, Blackjack like has his truck and just like parks it like where the coterie is, just like on the border, just kind of just sitting there, kind of watching. Like if there's like a highway where you can just be like park on the side of the highway, just like overlooking it.
Actually, yeah, if you go up, it'd be out of your coterie, but you could get up where you're just under the ledges on this highway, and then you have a good view of a chunk of Jones Valley.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty nice view from the spot I'm thinking of.
Just every couple nights, just like looking over.
So, like I said, the Thin Blood seem to be in a, like I said, they seem to be in a little better spot, but not as good as they were hoping to be when this was over. But it is what it is. So the coterie's being rebuilt. By December, things have been, for the kindred, they've been fairly quiet. There's still some fighting going on in Decatur. There's some debate among the prince and the Primogen taking a more active hand in retaking Decatur. A little bit of pressure coming from the Camarilla outside of the city, apparently. They've been looking at Charles as being a little too distracted, but he did have a Primogen go rogue and
Werewolves, a Methuselah.
the Bali popped up. Yeah, the Methuselah's kind of a big deal.
I mean, technically, didn't have two Primogens go rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Two Primogens went rogue.
2 rogue Primogen, Attack of the Bali,
The
Werewolf
Scourge.
Incursion.
Scourge, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some people outside of town wondering if Charles is losing his grip on the town, but
No, there's just a lot of crap going on. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It was like their 2020.
But you're starting to hear. Speaking of 2020,
Uh-huh.
you start hearing rumors, of a disease, which doesn't get much attention in the kindred community. There's new mortal diseases every year. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But rumors
how
start
good
trickling
Samuel can
in.
be.
Rumors start trickling in about it hitting, like some in Japan, some in Hong Kong. Areas over in that part of the world. A few areas that Western kindred kind of have a presence.
Mm-hmm.
The disease seems to be dropping ghouls at an alarming rate. There's even some rumors that it's not safe to feed off of people that have had this. The rumors get pretty wild, so you're not paying too much attention to them.
That's okay.
So where's
I
that
have
gonna
my
happen?
Capri Suns.
Uh,
I got my rats.
some people
Sure,
start
we
quoting
go
from the
on
Book of
some
Nod,
time.
though, about a time when Vitae will be rarer than diamonds. What if this thing is making humans, making human blood incapable of supporting this kind of thing.
Yeah. You
But
said
it-
that about the fucking Thin Bloods.
It's actually in the same section that talks about the Thin Bloods out of the Book of Nod.
Uh-huh.
On December 25th, Christmas, of course, now. But in the old days, in the really old days, it was the feast of Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. On this day, Walker's niece gives birth. She gives birth at Crestwood.
Mm-hmm.
So Samuel is basically aware, with his contacts at the hospital. He's aware as soon as she gets there.
Yeah.
It's not an OBGYN or anything.
No, he's kind of got people out. I would assume got people on the lookout. You'd have her
Sure.
name should pop up.
Mm-hmm.
So you happen to swing by one night through the nursery area one night. And you see all the babies laid out.
Mm-hmm.
You've got enough humanity that they're still kind of cute.
It's
You're not-
Mandy 6.
You're not quite. Yeah, you're not quite looking at them as Capri Suns or anything. But you do notice one baby with you don't know if it's a birthmark or what it is. It's like one little spot on her forehead. She's wrapped in a pink blanket, so you're assuming girl, because that's generally how they distinguish them.
Yeah.
But it's like there's no pigment there. It's almost like albino pale, just in this little circle. You check the name. Sure enough, that's that is the niece's last name.
It would be so easy.
What's that now?
Looks at the kids like, it would be so easy. But he'll just turn and leave. Not even that. Just level 3 blood sorcery. If a mortal takes a single point of damage, they instantly die.
Why would you plot against her, baby? You're a sick man. Oh yeah, give me that check, Blackjack. Let's see if your humanity dropped here at the end.
I didn't kill him.
Well, that's true. You didn't really have a chance to go quite as buck wild as you were going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I just said if I killed him.
Oh, by the way, question.
Mm-hmm.
Did Obla and Samuel actually, officially start courting? Now that they settled down.
Yeah, I would say officially courting, yeah. Y'all go into the Elysiums together. It becomes kind of known throughout town.
The four of us separate ourselves from Samuel and just kind of give him a knowing look every time.
Henry does not seem to be as thrilled about it. Where initially he was kind of like, well, it could be kind of interesting to see what you could learn.
Mm-hmm.
But now that the Banu Hakim are kind of in ascendance, where the Tremere are now struggling, they've got a permanent seat. The Tremere don't. He's a little less happy about it. Though he's never impolite to her. He's far too much an Englishman for that.
Yeah, see, the Banu Hakim are in ascendance, but there's also the Tremere that leads the head honcho coterie, basically.
But anyway, Blackjack's farm gets rebuilt without any trouble.
I have resource 4 now, so...
Jolene finishes her... well, probably doesn't finish the college by the end of the year, but, her college is going well. She does get an odd request from the prince.
Okay.
He calls her into the ledges. When you get there, you see who you at first think is the Malkavian Primogen. blanking on his name, David. But he's actually introduced as the Primogen's brother. And the prince wants you to pose while he paints. While the brother, the Malkavian, paints.
Is he painting in blood or something weird like that?
No, it looks like it's regular old paint.
Okay. So you're just gonna sit there, awkward as fuck.
I just picture Jolie like this.
He's very unhappy to be working with you.
Oh yeah.
Thin bloods are disgusting.
You would think.
You
after
worry
all
that he would have
this-
gotten violent if the prince was standing there over him the entire time. But he's constantly coming over and like moving your arms around you. You're sitting there awkwardly. He's coming over and making you pose.
Yeah, so
He will literally throw things at you if you start to slump. Straight up.
Tilt your neck.
like, this is awkward as hell, but okay.
In the end, the painting is that you pose for. Looks like a historical painting. It's in like an old antebellum style outfit that he's painted you in. It's a good likeness of you. You know, other than he put like a little mole beauty mark thing right here.
Creative
She won't
liberties.
say anything, but just okay.
Because he tells you he's finished with you, and you get up, you come over, and that's when he adds the mark. He adds that based on it's like a woman's locket that the prince takes off. Opens it up, and what you see inside is you see a young man painted on like a 10-year-old painted in on one side. Could be Charles. And on the other side is a little girl, a little redheaded girl. And she has got that little beauty mark right there that the Malkavian is adding to the painting that you posed for. You know, while this has been going on, Nora Deschler's been coming in and out just constantly. Like she seems baffled and a little perturbed that this is going on. She doesn't know what's
She can't sweat, but she's sweating, like, spiritually.
She doesn't look at you like she's angry. She looks at you like, what's going on?
She's about to become Hera.
But, you know, when it's done, Charles offers no explanation for why he wanted that. He just puts the amulet back up, or locket back up, rather, and carries the painting off into his office. The Malkavian is there packing up his paint and cleaning his brushes.
Anybody else there?
Nora's there. She's looking at you and looking at the Malkavian. And usually she's got a good poker face, but she looks puzzled.
Damn, I'll admit I'm just as confused. Probably a little more so.
She steps over to the Malkavian. Saul. Yes, lady. What was inside the amulet? It's a painting of two children. According to the prince, it was his mother's locket. And that's all the Malkavian has to offer.
Jolene quietly backing into, like, the hedges.
Just leaving the ledges.
Nora seems to accept that. She's like, oh. She looks over at you. The prince had a sister. Well, she would say Charles. Charles had a sister.
Alright. I'm guessing, judging on some of that conversation, I kind of looked like her?
Well, no, he has mentioned that she had red hair.
Okay.
Nora suddenly has a very predatory, kind of predator look. Kind of her mask of humanity kind of drops. She looks. That's
Ivory
why
skin.
he let you live. I thought I was the only thing he got sentimental about. And she walks off. And you're just alone in the Dexler house at this point.
He is looking
The prince never again mentions anything to you about
He
it.
never mentions anything like. She might like bring it up in the next time they have a meeting at the Primrose. Like just Samuel like. Is there anywhere around here that does like genealogy? It's the South, so she figures there's probably somewhere.
Tremere's just like,
Hello, I'm here.
Hello.
At no point do you find any actual relation.
Thank God.
That would
You're
have been.
you're left to conclude that the whole reason you were the first thin blood to survive was that you bore some kind of passing resemblance to his sister, or at least what he thought she would have looked like had she lived to adulthood.
She's like, that's awkward as hell, but all right, that seems to work out in my favor.
does he speak about her in his sleep?
Let's hope not. She doesn't want to get killed by Lady Dashler.
Just like going down the lyrics.
I'm
Nah,
But
you
if
get
you
you get odd
remind
looks from her
him-
at Elysium sometimes.
But I mean,
She used
if
to be
you
on the books.
if you just remind him of his sister, then she shouldn't go after you.
No, you don't
Sibling
get
love.
you don't get any particularly hostile anythings from her.
Yeah.
But that's right around the New Year. Yeah, that's shortly before the New Year. The New Year arrives. There's, the typical celebrations amongst the normal people. The kindred put on a little bit more of a party this year too, just because they've had a rough year.
Yeah.
But everyone is quite hopeful that the coming year will be much, much easier.
That's where we wrapped.
And that's where we're going to wrap. All of y'all that have been coming by most of this past year and watching us, thank you. We got quite a few people in the chat right now.
Yeah, we have a lot of people here.
Yeah.
I've been looking at it every now and again. I'm like, oh man.
Early on, I was glancing over here, and we had the usual amount, which is a good turnout. But boy, there's a lot of folks now.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank all y'all for showing up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope my players had fun. I hope this conclusion was satisfactory for you. Our next... Yeah, I can talk. When the new year gets here, we will be starting up, and we may have mentioned this, a Scion 2nd Edition game.
Let's have a character already.
Scion is a story path game, which is a variation of the storyteller system, where you play demigods in the modern day. A fair amount of the rules are different, but a lot of the dice rolling stuff's the same. It'll seem very familiar to you if you check it out. I don't remember exactly what day we'll start that up, because it'll be...
Next week.
No.
It'll be after the new year, and we'll do a session 0 before... A session 0 that's recorded just for the Patreons before the actual session 1.
Session 0
big
would be on the 6th.
5th.
No,
or
the fifth.
5th, sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
then
5th at the earliest.
We would start officially if we do that on my birthday.
The 12th?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Then yes, in all likelihood, we'll be back here on channel the 12th with episode 1 of The World at War, which will be our Scion 2nd Edition Chronicle.
All of us are out of character.
Oh yeah.
All of us are out of pocket.
Okay,
Yes.
are any of the other Dire Bearer shows going on? Because I know we're not doing
we're not
Monster of the
doing
Week next
tomorrow.
week.
This week,
tomorrow, yeah.
we should still do Descent into Avernus on Thursday.
Okay. So should have
And then
Descendant
the other
Avengers on Thursday. I don't know about Saturday. We're
We should
hit.
still have all of our games except for tomorrow,
Okay.
barring the unforeseen.
Because I know we're all hitting the holiday break about the same time. So.
Yep.
So anyway, hope you all join us next year. I hope you all have a good holiday and a happy holiday and a good new year. Here's to hope that 2021 is better than 2020.
Let's just hope 2020 wasn't a trailer.
Yes.
It
Prologue.
probably is a trailer of what's to come.
Let's not say we did.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I have been your storyteller for the evening, Jason from Over the Nerd Eternal Network. And with me has been Sarah playing Jolene, Eric playing Samuel, Decca playing Blackjack, Rap playing Maeve, and Dua playing Alexander. And we will see y'all next year.
You'll see me Thursday.
Yes, but they'll see all of us next year.
The entire Hee Haw gang.
Yep.
Turkey hog.
Last session, Decca's got to end up being asinine.
Uh huh.